Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Come on. Whoo! What's going on, everybody? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do we have a special show for y'all tonight? Man, it's about to go down in here. Whoo, let me bring in the ladies. Can y'all say hello to Chicken
Guys.
Doll and
Hello,
say
everyone.
hello
Happy
to Keisha J?
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Man, hey ladies, I hope y'all got your hard hats on this evening because it's going down.
Yay.
It's going
Friday.
down. Hey ladies, I hope y'all got your hard. What y'all doing? Somebody double up over there. Who is that? Who is that? Come on. That was China. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
You
it.
know I like to be in the
I
track
knew
before
it.
we go on.
Listen, family in the chat. Yes, indeed. Family in the chat. Listen, y'all. I'm almost going total commando here. You dig? I'm almost total commando. And I mean, look, YouTube ain't going to be happy with me after this evening because it's going down. So I need everybody before they disconnect us. You dig? I need everybody to sponsor the show. Okay. The Cash App is right there. Harry-O over the top. $ Harry-O over the top 1. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be saying some things in here tonight that's going to put me on the cancel list. You dig? But hey, it is what it is. Because to me, I think, what did they say? I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Martin Luther, but it was somebody that said, I'd rather live on my feet than die on my knees. So we just gonna say it just like it sure enough is in here this evening. Now I know before we get started, I'm gonna shout out my sponsors that are so great and so wonderful, and we hope to add some more y'all to the list of that. Because, like I said, I don't want to be, but I know it's gonna be. I know what's happening. Okay, let me shout out my main girl, Connie Barnes. Mwah. And Ayola. Mwah. I appreciate that sponsorship, ladies. Yes, I do. And yes, I need everybody to touch that button because, in order for me to be able to talk to y'all the way I want to talk to you, we can't just go with based on just the sponsorship because they not really gonna. And see, that's another way people get muted. You know what I'm saying? You want to say things, but you like, but I ain't gonna be able to put a commercial on that. They not gonna, they not gonna want to put a commercial on my channel. So therefore, you lose your funding. But I'm just saying this, ladies and gentlemen. I would rather say what I gotta say, and having a platform to speak to people. You got to speak your truth because if you stop, then you're pandering, and that doesn't last. So this evening, we are going to tap in. I said the lesser of two evils. And I know I ruffled some feathers, but just saying that because, some people are like, whoa, what you trying to say? Somebody, it ain't two evils. It's one. So, thank you, Taisha Ray. Mwah. Thanks for being a sponsor. I appreciate the love, fam. Yes, indeed. Follow the sponsorship. Yes, and guys, listen. You can do 5, you can do 10, you can do 100, you can do what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Cash App works like that. Do what you feel. Because, like I said, it's going to get a little tossy and turny in here this evening. So, ladies, do you guys have an opinion about the presidential race? and what it means to us, because that is the conversation that is out here. That is what's going on. And yeah, what you feel, what you see, talk to us.
We are in perilous times. That's the only way I can describe the
Say it again.
situation.
Say it loud. Say
Because
it
either
loud.
yeah, we are just in perilous times. However it go out, like however the outcome is, I mean, it's just gonna be very important for people to really just like pray for their leader, because I mean we just in those times, and it's pretty much, I mean, we can look at, how it played out in the Bible, even in Numbers, when
Woo.
Balaam was trying to curse Israel. If somebody praying or the believers there, they can't curse what God has blessed. So the people is just gonna have to, cry out to God on this one. Because one of them said, hey, we don't need population because we're gonna improve climate control by decreasing the population. That means what it means. Like we are
It
population,
does.
so
It does.
we're not gonna exist. Like,
Why is it that we don't hear stuff like that though? And it's being said, it's been made so clear to me. They telling us this devil does not hide anything else from us.
yeah.
It's being made plain for us to see it. And yet we seem to be intoxicated with delusion of this
Mhm.
fairy tale somewhere. And we are intoxicated.
And that's
But
the
I'm gonna hold on.
narcosphere. Like we're literally seeing the narcosphere play out before our eyes. Like it's gaslighting on a broad scale. The other one, he initiated, the Operation Warp Speed. So people can't forget. It's so crazy how quickly people forget. And it's just like anyone who has been a survivor and is abusive, this narcissistic abuse, you get
Mm-hmm.
this thing called this trauma amnesia stuff, where you can remember some good things, or your brain can trick you into some good things, but you overlook the severe bad things. And
That's
that
right.
is the initiation of the whole pandemic. Like that was, I'm trying to like the
Come on.
plan.
Come on.
I'm trying to like
Come on.
screen our words here
There you
because
go.
you
There you
got to
go. Because
nowadays.
that's another thing that
But
that
we
does get,
can't forget who
you know.
started this whole stuff off in
Come on.
2020. It's
Come
not
on.
making America great again. Like no one sees that they're just all back into this. We're gonna make America great again. Well, it didn't happen before. Like it didn't. We all was here. And then the other one,
Yeah.
you can't decrease a population. That's us. We got to see
Hey,
what we're working with.
and you know something? So for me, I know this is gonna be a shockwave, ladies and gentlemen. But look here, it is what it is. I stand on my truth. I definitely was supporting Trump. Okay, I know y'all might feel like some way. It is what it is. I was and the reason is because number one, I'm a person that I look at every side of a situation. I look at every side of a situation, and I seen so many people talking about them, and I like the underdogs. I'm always going to look at the underdog, because when people going at the underdog, they scared of something. So I said, well, hold it. So what are they saying about him? They saying he racist, and that was just about it. He's racist, and he's I guess sexist. I'm assuming, because he's a felon. He this and that. So that kind of stuff didn't really deter me, because he stood on principles that I stand on, which is I'm against abortion. I'm pro-life. You know what I'm saying? I'm against, just, hey, let's not use protection. Let's just let's go to the clinic. I ain't with that, because that's how people really live in this day and age. You got certain people out here that done been to that clinic more than 15, 20 times, can't even deliver a child because their body are rejected at this point, because they've had so many.
But isn't
So,
that their right though? That's their
hmm?
right. That's their
You say
right
that's
to
their right?
choose. Yeah, to choose.
Well. See, that's where we're gonna differ right there. I told you I was going about to get heated. So how could you say that? Let me say this. there are times where I will agree with the Roe v. Wade because I don't agree with somebody having to carry the child of their father. I don't agree with stuff like your cousin, your uncle, something crazy, or somebody, some fool who grabbed you outside a gas station. I don't believe in stuff like that. I ain't with it. I ain't just no extremist. But I don't agree with, hey, you know what? Hey, we slipped up again. Come on, let's go ahead down to the clinic. I ain't with that. I disagree with that. And I disagree with that also on a level to say that it's your body, and it's my seed. Before you get, before you start feeling yourself, that's my seed in there. Okay. And why would you get to decide if my seed gets to live or not? Why is that solely up to you? And then if you decide that it lives, the support is on me. I got to take care of that. I'm responsible for that. So it's not just your decision. And we have created a society, well, I ain't gonna say we, because I ain't helped do that. Some people have created a society where we're giving people power to do what the hell ever. And that's a serious problem because that's why we in this group like we are right now, because some people feel like it's okay to do whatever I feel like doing. And that's not good for anybody to just do what you feel like doing. That's not good for everybody. If it's good for some, it got to be good for everybody, or at least the masses.
See, but you're not looking at that there's a lot of fatherless children out there. And my kids don't have a father right now. And so, I mean, for you to say that, a lot of men can say, yeah, I want that baby. But the moment that relationship break up, they want to leave. So a lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons. Their intentions may be good, but then when that relationship is gone, they don't care about that child anymore. I feel like anybody should have the right to choose whatsoever they want to do with their body, because that's between them and their maker, not us. Who are we to judge? I've never had an abortion in my life, but I'm not against it. I'm against it for me, but not for somebody else. And that's why I give birth to all my children.
And I got to say, hats off, because that's a good big statement. You, a woman of integrity, hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing it for me. So yeah, okay.
And everybody make like really valid points. They really do. And that's what it is. What it come down to is like a lot of really valid points. And even when the culture that we live in, like we're kind of in a like perilous times. Honestly, we are. And
Yes,
the narcosphere, like the different narcissists that have been dispatched, they've been dispatched in a manner to like pretty much keep our minds so preoccupied that it's hard. Like a whole generation kind of got lost in the sauce on what is right and wrong. So a lot of times we might, perceive like evil is good or good is evil. But then we have to start looking at the root of things. And I really think that's what the whole country kind of have to go to. Like I know they serve like a different God, like in leadership, they really do. But with abortion, indeed, we have to see who owns that. And that goes to the Gates in them. But they actually make sacrifices to the god Moloch. Moloch is like the opposite of God. That's his enemy. And so each sacrifice, like they may be doing it for health reasons, because I'm in healthcare and I didn't know this until recently, until I had to really like research the background, because I wanted to do women's health at one point. And when I seen like the whole procedure and all of the stuff that comes with it and just the deep roots behind it, it was like, whoa. And I had a lot of family members that went through the process, that had abortions, including my mom. And it's like, they did what they felt was like right at the time, especially what they were, told by professionals as well. But seeing now the mental health piece of it, I
Mhm.
can see how the enemy was so deceptive in that whole area, because once he got a person to do that, not only was he able to do things to destroy the womb, but the torment of the different guilt and different mental illness that come after
That's
it,
right.
that's hard to heal. That's what the enemy does. That's his end game with it. And
And
so like recognizing the roots and Moloch and what he's all about, this whole, getting like sacrificing the little ones, that's his go-to. This is ancient things.
come on.
And so it birthed a lot of now what we see, this wickedness now in America. And really our country, it's the last one to really stand until they try to do this global
Come on.
dictatorship that
Come
they're
on.
trying to
So,
do.
so that's what we're going to go to later in the conversation, because that's something that people don't even see coming. People don't. We so intoxicated, people don't see it coming. But I was trying to like bring up a couple points, like why I was back in the other side, the Republican side, and another thing was he already was serving as president before. So I'm noticing nobody's using that record against him right now. So that speaks volumes to me. Like, you did the job before, and nobody's going back to say, hold up, when you did the job before, it was in turmoil here, because that wasn't the case. So his team, but the reason and let me say this, the reason that I'm not standing behind him right now, I'm gonna tell y'all about in a minute, because my man jumped way out there to a place where I could not find myself, able to justify doing anything just based on one statement. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That one statement was, he feels that he wants to give police total total autonomy when it comes to being charged with anything. He wants to so that if a police officer does what that dude did this week to that woman who
That
called the
woman.
police,
Mm-hmm.
and then they shot her in the head in her house,
Blood
she
in
was
her
going to throw
house.
some hot water on him. Yeah, she was going to throw the hot water on him. Okay, does that require a bullet to the
It
head?
didn't seem like she was gonna throw it on him. She was just kind of saying, like, do I need to pour this out? And I mean, she said what anybody would say, like, oh, I rebuke you.
I
Who
kind of
knows
thought
what she could.
she was feeling some type of energy, and she said, I rebuke you. And
Yes,
I thought that she was grabbing the water, and they started, hey, if you do it, I'm gonna do this or whatever. And then
she was trying to
shot
pour
her.
it out, and then she kind of ducked. Like
Okay,
she probably said,
maybe
because
not.
she was
I'm not
like,
saying that she definitely was. I'm just saying the worst case scenario was she could have hit him with some hot water. It wasn't enough water to delete him, to deform him, whatever. Okay.
yeah.
It wasn't enough. If that's what she was going to do, it is what it is. Okay. That does not justify. I can't do that to somebody because they're going to throw some hot water on me. A threat of hot water. No, I can't do that. And
What
I'm saying, you telling me that you want to set these people free to do that to us? Are you crazy? So to me, that said a couple different things. It said that this is a little bigger than what I'm thinking. One thing that he stood on that I think people are not even paying attention to is his first election was about the border. Y'all not gonna see this influx of refugees in your neighborhood until it's way too late. Because when you notice it, that means ain't nothing anybody can do about it. It's already done. And now we just gotta figure it out. And when you see that your tax dollars, my tax dollars, are giving them stimulus money to live right here, shop, do everything. And I talk to people that work around those places where they're staying right now. And they shopping, they are over here living off of our tax dollars. And most people aren't seeing that and right now the country's in a different place. Right now, most people are struggling. You got inflation on a level that it's never been. We've never experienced a time where inflation was high, interest rates are high, housing prices are high, and everything is high except for salaries. Salaries are the only thing that are not going up. So I don't remember that happening during his administration. Okay, I don't remember that combination being that way. Another thing, of course, he was a businessman, so business money was flowing. Money was flowing. Bottom line is, y'all can say what you want to say. As long as everybody getting money right now, if we were not in the state we're in financially, Donald Trump wouldn't even be able to run. He would not be able to run if Biden and Harris had this economy set up so that everybody was winning, or at least a lot of people were winning. When everybody isn't getting money, you don't have a place where a set of people can go to make lots of money to spread it out with everybody else. Then everybody starts to suffer. Now you got people looking around. That's why every city you look in, they got all these crazy mobs going into the malls, going in the stores. You go into CVS's in some places, everything in the store is behind bars. Everything. That stuff is not by chance. That's how the economy is going out here. I don't know about y'all.
I know what I'm interested in what
y'all got to go to the grocery store. And I'm saying, you look at the current administration, and this is why I'm doing a video. I was working on it earlier. It's coming out tomorrow. Kamala got it. She got this election. It's over. You can go vote.
Ain't her middle name divide? Like, if you add the L, devil, it's like DEVI. Like,
but you know what? I want to say
the candidate.
This man has been proven to be delusional and been called a narcissist before I knew what a narcissist was. And so, I mean, if you believe what you say and what you tell everybody on here, that a narcissist, when they don't get it done the first time, they come back and do it right the second time. So don't you think him coming back a second time, he's going to get the job done? I'm not voting for this man.
He's not going to get it. He's not going to. Listen, I'm the first one on the internet that said it. Mark this video. Kamala's going, listen, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell y'all why Trump it's no way he's going to win. There's no way. It's not even possible for him to win. Because number one, his whole entire platform is set up on a traditional clientele. It's set up for a traditional thinking, and this country is not in that state of mind right now. This country has legalized marijuana and everything else. I was driving home from work today and saw the line. It used to be the liquor store that had a line out the side. Now it's the places where you can go get the cannabis. Line out the door down the block on payday Friday. Everybody's going in. So they're not you're not talking to the same people that the president that they were campaigning for 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's a totally different set of people. If you look at the roster of people that they're going to, Donald Trump, you ain't never seen an old white guy go get a young black rapper to help his campaign. You ain't never seen no foolery like that anywhere before. And that's what both sides are doing. And that's another reason why Donald ain't got a shot, because Kamala just got Beyonce. She coming out to Beyonce. Beyonce is like the Pied Piper. When she starts singing, don't nobody care. Don't nobody even care. They just singing along. They're just singing along. Hey, the Beyonce up there, she got the other girls group. She got all the girls groups. And the thing that really crushes me about that situation with her is that the women, You ladies, y'all don't even see what's happening. Y'all don't see what's going on at all. And you don't see it until it's too late, till you all the way in it. But she has the reason she is going to win is because number one, she has the most powerful group in the world
The black woman.
backing her.
The black woman.
You believe that?
Yep.
Who fears the black woman to make her powerful?
The white tea woman.
So she has the most powerful group in the world backing her, and that's the LGBT. See, I can get on this phone, I can get on this camera, I can say anything about black women. I ain't really going to deal with a lot of rhetoric. You say one word about the LGBTQ community, anything, you give the impression you're going to say something negative, and y'all won't see this channel again. Okay.
But everything goes to the Baphomet. So you always have to look at, first of all, if America, they all at the same economic forum. So everything is an illusion. They already know who they're going to pick.
Exactly.
It's just an illusion. They have to give people the perception of choice because they're doing all of these mental experiments on people. Like, oh, we're going to see who do this, who do that. We play this music. How many people do this? They just laughing at everybody. But they all go to the same World Economic Forum, the WEF. Both parties was there.
Hold up.
Trump was there.
China,
Biden was there.
China, what's going on, China?
Everybody was there.
But I mean,
yeah.
RZ, he's entitled to his opinion.
What is he saying?
He's saying this is embarrassing that an intelligent black man saying this foolishness, talking about you. But you entitled to your opinion if you want to vote for.
I get it. I get it. People are going to feel how they feel. But I could come on here and pander and pretend Kamala's going to win because the LGBT, any of y'all go on your Facebook and say something negative about the LGBT and see if you got a Facebook page tomorrow. If you think it's a joke,
the primary officially, like I don't even know.
She hasn't made it official, I guess, yet, but it's coming, and it's hands down. It's not even going to be a race. She got the strongest. Listen, y'all can say what you want. Y'all want to say it. I know, Bella, I do. Bella.
Did Obama and them I don't know if they officially endorsed. Did they officially endorse her?
Hold up. I'm gonna say
they
this.
were saying
Everybody. Okay. I'm gonna say everybody, Bella, because don't nobody want to hear us speak no truth for real. Y'all see what they did to Kevin Samuels?
He literally said decrease the population for climate control. They will make that happen. Like this is more.
That's the plan.
If people understood what was going on, like as far as I'm gonna call it like a chemical hypnosis, like as far as the things that are inside of products, inside of medications, like it just if they knew all of this stuff, that the technology that they have, that they already have put part of it in people to where the external can control them, they will understand that she's serious when she say that they can decrease the population. So
man,
we don't want that, but either way it go,
but
I mean, whoever goes in there, we're going to have to pray for them because both are equally wicked. They're just like, this is just something to keep people kind of distracted while they're doing, everything that they do. But they all at the same circles. They all at the same parties. They all serve the same one who said, hey, he don't want it to be no humans. He don't want no free will. He want us to eat bugs. I mean, they have an agenda. Like if anyone read the UN 100, like they really have smart cities. It's like they have their setup, their infrastructure is there.
They're creating
food out of chemicals
of chicken, of watermelon. That stuff is already in place.
That's really the game changer. And it even ties into narcissism because the stuff that's in it, and it's called graphene, but the stuff that's in it, it is actually a ancient Chinese bewitching type of product. And so what it does is put people's minds in a bewitchment. That's why people can become delusional. But it has an affinity towards people who have split themselves, like narcissists, or people who have abandoned what they call their moral conscience. So when they have abandoned that,
There
then
you
this
go.
stuff that they have, what they call smart dust,
Right
graphene, all
there.
of that, it can attach to that person,
Come
and it
on.
has the ability to alter their thoughts and perception and their reality.
So
But
keep it right
that's the
there.
bigger thing that we're dealing with, the bigger Trojan horse.
But Keisha, that's exactly where we're at tonight. Who is the candidate that is just who's talking loud, but literally isn't saying anything, has not promised one thing?
Both of them.
Both of them, but y'all openly jumping right to Kamala.
Because
And
she's
she
the
has
lesser
said
of
on
two
tape,
evils.
hold up, but she said on camera, I'm not doing anything for y'all. And she talking about black people. Anything that's good for black people is good for everybody. Those are her words. She said emphatically, I'm not doing nothing for y'all. Those are her words. And nobody heard none of it. So I'm saying, how can we just say I'm gonna vote for this person just because they black
That
and they
ain't got
look like
nothing to
me?
do with it.
But what does it have something to do with?
Because
What y'all voting for?
I'm voting for her because that man has proven himself to be evil. He has proven himself to not have empathy and sympathy. I'm not about to vote for somebody to give them a second chance to destroy my life. And so,
did he do that the first time he was in office, though?
I told you about the government shutting down, how I felt about that. You seeing it from a working standpoint, but what about people who are retired that was about to not get their Social Security checks?
I work for the post office. The one thing that they made sure of was that everybody getting a check during every shutdown. Listen, you have people that work for the federal government that are called essential workers, meaning you got to go to work even though you're not getting paid. You're going to get them checks through.
But yeah,
we are essential workers. Hold on, we are essential workers, and we have nobody ever missed a check. Nobody. And I do agree. But like we were saying, almost every president shuts the government down. That's just something that they do. That's not something to say that, oh, we shut the government down, the government's over with. No. Everybody, when they shut the government down, everybody in DC that works for the government go on vacation because they know they go out to get their money back, and it's a free vacation.
But the state was running out of money. That's the thing. That was why the government was shut down in the first place, because they had to come up with a deal so that the state can be funded. And that's why the checks were going to run out. And they didn't care. They was that stubborn and that selfish that they didn't care that regular citizens were not going to get their checks.
Okay, we could go through every president, and I guarantee you may only be able to find two that didn't do a government shutdown. 2, maybe 3. Just Google it.
It has to be to where, like, I really have to take the stand like that Christ took. It's really not the political stuff. That's really not the arena. I mean, we need to pray. Even before we go to vote, we got to pray like who, probably we should, but it's such an evil in both. Like they're of the same tree. Like it's not even, they're not even on opposing forces. The puppet master of both teams is the puppet master.
Come on.
That's the one who decides who's in, who they already know who they're going to pick. What we're going to do is pray for whoever's in there, that whatever evil they have planned for America, that it fails. Because that's what we can do. We have to sabotage their plans, frustrate the plans of the enemy. I mean, we still have to take a stand because God, the one true living God, is the one who got his hand in the last say so on this land. And that's the one who's going to fight for us. They have an agenda to, remove all free speech, to come and take people's reading materials out of their homes if it don't go along with a narrative. They have the AI technology to do so, but God still as God.
Come on.
And
Come
just
on.
like with Nineveh, he turned that around. You know, it
Yeah.
was some other nations in the Bible. He stopped them. The Assyrians, they was invading. He had his army. You got a whole heavenly army up there. So it's they're not. Trump is not the savior. I'm sorry, he's not. And
No, I'm
Kamala,
not, and I'm
her
not
middle
saying that.
name says it all. It's
Listen,
add an L, that's
I'm,
devil.
I
But it's
promise
not
you,
even.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
neither
not
one.
saying
You're
that.
not saying that,
Not
and you're
even.
seeing that it from the standpoint of you saying that he's willing to give police that type of power. Who are you voting for, knowing that?
Knowing that, I definitely wouldn't vote for him, but also let me say why I also would not vote for Kamala.
That's it. Both are evil.
They,
But we know, like Trump.
no. But I have a reason. You know, number one, she hasn't said she gonna do nothing for me. We now we got this.
Said
We
she's
can
going to
agree to disagree
depopulate you.
about Barack Obama, but Barack Obama came into the White House and did for black people. Bro, we don't, man. We don't had that. We don't had enough of that, and we don't. I'm tired of all that pandering to give somebody this job to go up here and do and create policies for every other race of people except their own. I'm not doing it. I'm not
And the
voting
only
for
one.
somebody that goes out here and does things. Kamala and well, not she didn't come up with any law. She's the vice president, but she signed off with Joe Biden on day one. They signed things into law for the Asian community, for the LGBT community, for the Indian community. They have signed laws in for other races of people, and ain't nothing getting signed in for us. What's the advantage? What do I get if I gave her my vote? She done said, I ain't doing nothing for y'all. And that's just one reason. Another reason is, good gracious, I'm about to step in the hot water here.
Go for it.
Another reason is because it's symbolism. It is symbolism. Y'all, we sit here nightly, 3 nights a week, talking about horrific relationships. Ladies, do y'all think these relationships gonna be better when you get this woman in there? Do you realize what that represents to the rest of the world? Do y'all think that Kamala represents strength to the world? You think that Putin is going to be in fear of America?
No, that's
That
not
That
gonna
means he gonna F around and find out. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
find
women
out what
ain't
though?
me.
What are you gonna find out?
He gonna F around and find out.
We don't even have a military any. Man, listen, y'all. We literally have a military of foreign people. People have checked out of this imaginary place we call in America, this imaginary lifestyle. People are checking out every day because they know it's a lie. It is a lie. We're sitting here trying to stand on nothingness. We just grandstanding.
Thank you,
What exactly are they going to do? I'm saying come to the table and say you'll do one thing, and you'll have everybody that you want. But that's the thing. She gonna get it anyway because she got the right people behind her. She got exactly what she needs. She is around the world. She did her trip to Africa and any other country that would allow it. She's pushing the LGBTQ community, and she's pushing
Yeah.
it around the world.
They have to do that though for their kingdom. Like we have to understand that there are other powers that make decisions, and mainly the Marine Kingdom. There's one, and they literally have to do that. Like the enemy tell them who to promote because they serve the Baphomet, and that is the transgender thing and the DNA. Like he got the DNA thing, the statue that's over there in LA and everywhere else where they got the Church of Satan, and they putting the statue up in different places, but that's who they serve. Now we are in like Mystery Babylon. That they really made that clear when they went and got the Ishtar Tower and stuff. As being in Mystery Babylon, and we read in Revelation, we understand Mystery Babylon goes down in a day and smoke in a day.
And hold, don't just skip past it. Chapter 17. Everybody, I suggest you read Revelation chapter 16 through chapter 20. Go in and read that tonight, because it's going to tell you about mystery Babylon and the beast in
And the
America.
beast.
And
And
it's
we
a
got the
she.
beast
And
system. The
all it speaks
global
of is
system
a
is the
woman.
beast system.
It speaks of a woman. You getting
That's
pulled
in
into
the
something and
ranking.
don't even see what you're getting pulled into. And all we know is we just gonna, what is that sorority? Do they kiki or whatever? And we gonna sing. We gonna, Beyonce gonna be playing, and ain't nobody gonna be paying attention to what you just walked into.
You know what? I agree with Lash Lori. She's correct. It's like we expect people to get in the office and do stuff for us. No, when we
Yeah.
gonna do something for ourselves? We always, oh, she's black, she's gonna do, like she said, we
Whoa.
don't even elevate our own selves. They can
Whoa.
drop $1 million literally in our laps, and what some people gonna do? Go buy kilos of dope just to flip it. I mean, come on, let's be real. I'm just
Okay.
keeping it
But
real.
but I'm saying, if we're gonna keep it real, then why can't we expect this black people, this that we putting in office somewhere, to do something for their own people? They get up there and tell everybody, man, get back, man. I ain't doing nothing for y'all. Get out my face with it. I don't want to hear it. And we gonna back that and keep backing it. Tell us why.
To be fair, not for a certain race. It should be fair. It should be balanced, not what you gonna do for us. I agree that the system has always had their thumb and their foot on our neck, but it's up to us. We had Black Wall Street. We know how to come out of that. We know how to come out of all of that, and we always using things for an excuse and saying people are holding us back when we don't even try to get on our feet ourselves. I completely agree with that. We're always looking for the handout. Always.
Yeah, well, again, when we got, it's like you got your cousin in there, and your cousin tell you ain't gonna get hooked up. Your sister got the job and she ain't gonna hook you up, and you watching everybody else hook their people up. I don't count this against white people because they look out for each other. I don't. That's crazy. I'm looking at us like, man, what are y'all not noticing what everybody else is doing here? When you look at Hispanics, when you look at Indians, when you look at every other race of people that get something, their people come up. How is it that we can get to the highest job in supposedly the world, and they can do something for everybody but they own? How do you justify that?
Well, it shouldn't, and we shouldn't really we really shouldn't expect that. Like, you want it equal for everybody, but you want to look at it like it's not what's happening now is so much on a different level. And I know, like, I've seen like some of the comments. I get that everyone feel like Mystery Babylon is like Rome and Roman Empire and
No,
all of this stuff.
no,
But
it is
it's
not.
if you do like the real history, do some deep study, deep fast, and deep prayer, Holy Spirit revelation, you will understand the ties that when Babylon once, like when the Bible was written, it wasn't even established yet. That's why it was a mystery. But it's a place where all of the religions had came together, and all of the
No.
nations and tongues and the merchants have made money. And that's pretty much it goes into a long teaching. Truth Unedited got a really good one, but it goes into a long teaching about it, but it does point all fingers to America. And
Go ahead.
it's a lot of different prophecies and stuff that show how when America falls, like when it falls, and they're literally trying to rush this along, then they can they can have the United Nations take over and usher in the Antichrist. That's their end game. Like, they already had this stuff set up. So we're praying for a delay, because God literally has been delaying stuff. He's been crashing that CERN stuff. He's been doing things on behalf of his people because they crying out. But he is the one who causes the pushback. It don't matter who get in office. It don't matter what agendas they have. The first Bush was like, and we will have this new world order. He was determined it was going to happen in his time, but it didn't. Hitler was determined it was going to happen in his time, but it didn't. So we got a whole God fighting for us. And that's where we have to be at. We have to be like on equality, because in the kingdom of God, he really not concerned with race. He made everyone beautiful, and he really loved everyone. The race stuff happened from hatred. Like that's all Satan love
Hmm.
hatred and things.
Come on.
But we
That's a way
just
to divide. It's a way to divide.
it's not gonna
And,
it's gonna
and you
be
know
like
what? But
them
listen,
and believers. Like it's he's splitting it a whole different. We gonna
yes.
be trying to
And you
figure
know
out
what,
who human. That's what
Keisha,
we
we talk about this nightly, and that's the one thing that the devil was always made his made who he is off of, and that is being able to deceive us on who
yeah.
he is. If you think that the devil is a race of people, then he got you fooled as long as he ain't that race.
He got some
And
humanoids
it
out
can
here.
look just like it's a race, but I promise you it's not. I can guarantee you it's not a race, because you got wicked, evil people in every race. So if you're looking at that, this is not about race, y'all. It's not, and it can't be. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. You have races that have issues, and yeah, you're gonna have fighting, you're gonna have wars, you're gonna have a little bit of everything. But at the end of the day, when you try to figure out who this devil is, you gotta understand that devil coming in a way. This devil is coming in a way where you ain't gonna see it till he right in your face, and he in your face. That's the thing. This devil is right in your face. But can sit back and just become intoxicated with what does it say in Revelation? With the fornication with her.
Mm-hmm.
We just have become intoxicated. And you think about this. We have become intoxicated with the freedom to be total freaks out here. See, everybody wants to protect their right to live their life any kind of way. Don't judge me. Don't judge. Don't look at me like this because I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to be immoral. But then we judge people for their immorality. And you cannot have it both ways. If you see something out here that's going on, and I see it, to me, it's symbolism. And
Oh yeah.
it symbolizes when you look at something and you see the woman as the strength over the man, then how are you ever going to have a man that you can look at and he's going to be, you see him as strength? How can you have it both ways? I want to be the strongest one, but I want you to be stronger than me. That's the devil. That's the devil. That's only the devil thinks like that. That's confusion. That is confusion. I want to
And
run
that's the
everything,
enemy
but
like
I
it
don't
that
want
he
to run.
flips God's order. God's order is male,
Come
woman,
on.
and children.
Come on.
And
Say
a
that.
lot of the way that everything is how it is now, because generations before us, 3 to 4, the husband didn't love his wife and the father didn't protect his daughter. That was like the core ingredient for the stable family home that God ordained it. And yes, there was a lot of external factors involved. Like they had this all planned when they was, having the 60s and everything, taking the male out the home, for
Come on.
governmental purposes, to get
Come
food
on.
stamps, to have welfare, to survive. They was locking them up for all the different things. This is in their code book. They knew that if they can start way back in the 50s, 60s, and everything, taking the male out the home, then they can start creating generations of
Come
immorality,
on.
because they know the laws of God. They know that they have to follow a divine
Man.
order. So
Girl,
once
woman.
that happens, then 80s roll out crack cocaine, do all that stuff. You can
Come on.
destroy a nation. And so
Come on.
that's the enemy's tactic.
Come on.
But now that we're here, it's like, we can't go back. We can repent for what we do now. And we do have to not be so blinded by the culture, because Beyonce and all of them drunk from the cup of iniquity. They drunk from her cup, literally, in order to
Come
have
on.
that kind of
Come
status.
on.
That's what selling their soul is. But
Come on with it.
that's not
Keep,
who we supposed to look to anyway, to
come
have
on.
our identity. Like our identity is supposed to, one, be rooted in God. We got to love ourselves. We got to understand our worth. We got to know who we are. And then we have to grow in this process. A lot of us
Mm,
just
mm,
was not raised like in intact families. Like learning everything is new, and God does have grace with us because of that. Like we didn't grow up like, oh, we're gonna do this right, and we didn't know. And
there
so
you
now that
go.
we're here,
There you
and a
go.
lot of things we didn't know, we're doing the best that we can, and He is going to honor that, because that stuff they doing, they're putting it all out there to try to scare people, but it's being blocked because they had Agenda
That's right.
2020, didn't happen. Agenda 2022, 2024, all of that stuff.
What is it?
They're making it
2025?
seem
Agenda
now
25 now?
they got a book with the 2025 with the laws where they're trying to take stuff out of people's homes. And then they want it to be Agenda 2030 because it got
But you
pushed
know
back
what?
for the UN
But you know
stuff.
what, Keisha? That's what I'm saying. It's made to look like that this side is so radical, we got to run to this side because you ain't even looking at what's on this side. The devil hiding on the other side. And and he wants everybody to run right to it, promising you nothing. This devil literally ain't even got to lie no more. Just coming straight out with it. Hey, I never said I was going to do nothing for you. I never said this. I never said that. At the end of the day, the one thing that I am going to stand on, and I don't care who feels a certain type of way, wherever, whatever, is God's order. And I'm not scared to say it. I'm standing on God's order. And if he wants the woman to lead the man, then that's God's order. That's God's order. And I'm saying, to me, that's a higher level of dysfunction to even want to they're proven to you. It's proven to you that I will place this woman in front of you. You all the way out of God's order. If God wanted you to lead me, then he would let you take care of me. And we all know that's not in your nature to take care of me. It is not. It is in my nature to take care of the woman, not the other way around. I ain't saying that it ain't some people that's doing it. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you, God set this up a certain way. Now, when it's not going the right way, let's all look back at ourselves and say, hey, maybe I wasn't doing the right thing. I say it all the time. I didn't do it the right way.
Now we're getting into the meat and the potatoes of it. It's not about race with you. It's about a woman leading the country. So
It's about a woman. It's about a woman being the leader of a man. You don't think that something's wrong with that?
No.
Okay. Is that what God wants? Is that the way God
That's
set
the
it up?
world we live in today. That's the
No.
thing.
Okay. You're right.
That's
That's the world we living in today.
You
It's the
trying
world we live in today. Exactly. And this world we living in today is the devil's. Where the woman is the head, not the man. It's we in total dysfunction, and we totally out of order. You're right. I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it. I know what's coming because I know whose world this is, and it ain't just the woman though. See, that's the part you didn't see. That's the part that nobody gonna see till it's too late. It's really gonna be the LGBT running this. Okay, I know y'all think that, hey, we about to kiki and be twerking everywhere. That ain't what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the LGBT running everything. And y'all already see how they done started joining women's sports.
I would feel more comfortable with like Candace Owens than Kamala. I haven't really heard her say like very solid, competent like anything, like speeches, conversations, or anything. It's a lot of laughter, a lot of smiling, a lot of acting, but they all act. As far as like having like leading a nation, I mean, we don't want to take it to where like, like women are like incompetent, because they're not. Anytime a man leads, if everything is good with the man, they're going to have God is going to ordain a very good woman in support of that. But it's not, it won't be any tension. The only reason why it's tension is because the way the culture made it seem like one is like more inferior, like in a negative way than the other. And that's culture. But both in God's world is very loving and respectful and compliment one another. The women are just more of a nurturer and think with a different part of their brain unless they have to be both the mother and the father. Then they have to kind of, evolve into that if the dad left. But God designed the mother to be nurtured, which is really good because they have the umbilical cord. They promote oxytocin. It's needed. And
Come on.
God designed the male, the way that their brain is supposed to think, to be like a hunter, a provider, a protector. Like he designed them to be that way. And that's good. Like that's how God designed for the whole family to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because things are already out of order and women had to step up, now it's kind of like this debate, like, well, no, it's me, no, it's me. But it's not. If everybody really like take a time out, God is really the head. Like he's really gonna head things and make it real
Come on.
smooth.
Come
What
on.
we dealing with up there in the DC, when they up there with the Pentagon and all of that stuff, and they up there doing their things at night to the
Mm-hmm.
things that they serve, that's a whole different beast up there. That's
It
not
is.
the people.
Come
And
on.
so we have to stand up for us. Like our states literally roll out different legal things for the states versus just the country rolling it out for everybody. They tried that with different mandations and different states fought it. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not that they can just make a final decision and turn the tables for everyone. The state government have a lot of say so in what goes on in that state.
Wow. Hey, Keisha, tonight you came in here with a blanket of comfort and understanding. And you're right. You're right. It's, I guess, because of the passion in our voices, we're looking at things from our views. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want anybody to think that I think that women are incompetent on any level, because that's not what this is about. Because to me, what it looks like is a bunch of men run around in dresses. If men ran around in dresses wanting to outbe the woman, what would you think of us? What would you think of us if we just trying to outbe the woman? I want to be the most feminine one.
Men,
No, I want to be and I want to act. See, you wouldn't see it wouldn't. You be looking at me like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why you want to be the queen? Are you crazy? Why would you want to be the queen, bruh? No, you can't. No, you would look at us. Yes, you would look at me or men like we don't look like, what is wrong with this dude? He want to be just like in Maryland, in my state. A transgender male won Miss Maryland.
men
Is
have
that to say he's more of a woman than the women? How does that make women feel if every city and every state it turned into every beauty contest? All the men was trying to be the most beautiful woman, not man, women. We trying to be the most beautiful woman.
And that's why we really have to be set apart. Like we really can't get caught up in what they doing, but we do have to be wise in being a voice. Like China, I do applaud your efforts and everything, because we have to at least know what's going on legally. We have to encourage people to, gain that understanding on what's going on, so people are just not, caught in the twilight. They don't think they have rights. Like we do have rights, probably more on a state level than federal level, but we do have them. And it's good to know, like, who is your congressman, who is your councilman, how to write letters. Like everyone should have a voice in that respect. As far as the perversion and stuff, they're really trying to promote that in this country, because
Yes,
these are the
sir.
perilous times.
Yes,
We just
sir.
pray, we love
Yes,
everyone, pray for
indeed.
them, and
Come on.
that's all we can do, because a lot of people come from different types of woundings and backgrounds. And so we just
Hey,
have to, like, help. Like God has to give us the wisdom and understanding as we, counsel different people, to help them come to an understanding on what's good for them, as far as, deeper than outside things, deeper than, like, activity, sexual activity, different things like that. Deeper than that, like what is really going on? Because we have a problem now with people not wanting to exist, and we have a huge problem with mental illness, depression, not wanting to exist, different things like that. So we have to be able to bifurcate what they're presenting on the outside and go deeper. The shenanigans that they doing culturally that they're presenting, they're doing that for their God. They don't serve the same God as believers of Christ, Jesus
That's
Christ.
right.
They don't.
That's
They
right.
serve the devil,
That's
and
right.
he's doing what he do. He's a transgender. He can be
You
a
know
male
what?
or a female.
Hey Keisha, you know what? Now the thing I'm looking at is something that you just said. The devil, and we talk about this with the narcissist. The narcissist gonna break you down over time, slowly but surely. Today, the woman is the leader. She's the head. We done totally switched the gender role. And tomorrow, it's already, the writing is on the wall. Listen, ladies, I know y'all think that this y'all time, this about to be your hot seat. They got somebody already to snatch that seat from you. I promise you. The LGBT is coming right behind you, because once we get to a place, because who is going to accept it more than the men? That's going to be the woman. Listen to Beyonce. Listen to Beyonce. They following Beyonce. She got the biggest LGBTQ community following, I think, on the planet. And that's who is going to be pushing Kamala. And it might seem like that's just an entertainer. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're not reaching out to these people for nothing. Once I'm not saying just once, because we're already there. The process is already taking place. She's not the first woman to run something. You got women that are governors, senators, in every level of government. You have women that are running the government. So that's not the issue. That's not what I'm saying. What you don't see is that was a process that took time. The roles are being reversed, and you're not going to be able to be the king and the queen. You can't do it. That's not possible. Now, I know some people going to go out there and try, but if you the king, then who going to be the queen? If you the king, then what am I? That's the question. If you the king, what am I?
You know what? Men have been running this country since its existence, and they have run it in the ground. And so why not give a woman a chance? I mean,
you got a point. You got a point.
So, I mean, you can't knock it until you try it. And I think it's that men just don't want to see a woman do a better job than a man, because men have had a shot at it since its existence. And now for a woman to come in and to show a man up, that's where y'all feel like y'all going to be emasculated and stuff like that. So I think that's why a lot of men don't want her to run this country, because she probably can do a better damn job than what has been done.
Well, let me say this. If Kamala gonna make it so that more dollars in my pocket, then she would be my candidate. Cause see, I ain't tripped out about, the way it's thought to be. But the thing I get tired of is we always, as men, we gotta pander. Like, if we don't back it, then we hating on it. And if we asking a question, and I'm saying, what does it mean? If you think a man walking around in a dress and high heels doesn't symbolize something, do you want that man, being the leader of something? We already got these men dressed like women in elementary schools, going in there to teach our children how to be transgender right now. And don't nobody care. Ain't nobody thinking about
They
that.
got the after school Satan program up in this county. I mean, it's really good to probably try to start homeschooling the kids. Like, it's really, what Biden did say in one of his coherent things, like early on in the presidency, he briefly came to himself and he was like, y'all don't understand. They already in agreement for an autocratic democracy. That means that all the different world powers are already in agreement for a
Yes,
global world order. Bible prophecy
absolutely.
in full force. They got camps, all of that. They all in agreement. The one thing that's blocking them is America, United States of
Come on,
America. So
say
they
it.
have to make systems fall. We just had a whole cyber outage. They make people sickly. Like they have to do these things in
Mm-hmm.
order for this country to fall. One thing about America is that because they have granted freedom of religion, which they wanted it to be more freedom of the occult. However, God took it. He always gonna move in the midst of what the enemy got planned, and he put his people there because you have people, the freedom of religion, and people are believers in Jesus Christ, and they pray and they fast and they are here on this land. He has had mercy on this land
Mm,
more so than some of these other ones. And because he's still in control, they can't do it yet. The enemy can't move. He put systems in place. He
there you
got the
go.
mind control system. He
There
got
you go.
everybody getting the stuff on the inside to
Mm-hmm.
where, as soon as they hit that signal, the other stuff can take over and they can become what they call zombieing. If people look that up, that's already going on. You look at Kingston over there where they got all the cameras but never send help over there. And
Come on.
is it Philadelphia, somewhere, Kingston, everybody know that place. That's zombie. That's a whole experiment.
I
So
saw
they
that.
already
I
have
saw that.
that
They've been
going
showing that a
on
lot on social
to where
media.
they can actually see how effective it is when you do a certain external signal to what they put on the inside. And so that
Yeah.
can roll on out, nationwide. However, the human spirit, because of God, that's the one thing that blocks this thing from adhering. This graphene stuff that they got from the meteorites is a different type of
Man.
goo. Like if people look up GU, look that stuff up.
And it's
But
not
if
just
you
in Philly. It's not just Philly. It's
mm-mm.
several other places that
But
this
it
stuff
take
is
the
going
mind of
on.
the narcissist. Like when we go back to our topic or what the channel is based on, and people wonder like, well, what's wrong with these people? What is going on? Can they get better? If they are totally abandoned themselves, which they did, and then
Mm-hmm.
they got this external stuff in effect, it's going to be very difficult for them to be something other than a pure evil because it feeds off of evil energy. It
Come on.
feeds off of anger and bitterness and unforgiveness and resentment and hatred and all the things that the Bible says the work of the flesh, but they call it something different, but they call it archons and stuff, but it feeds off of that. And when a narcissist present themselves and they abandon their one soul and they're fragmented because of trauma and they refuse to be any kind or any good, they want to be evil, they're going to be under this control, this demonic control, and the government is
That's right.
governing the
That's
whole
right.
world
But
power.
something you said a little while ago, it's something, and I think that's the biggest part of this picture that most people don't see. We heard about the BRICS nations, but we ain't seen what it's gonna do yet. We have not seen what's coming because we've always had the privilege of being able to say we the most powerful country in the world. We the most this. Anything we say is that's where it goes. And we were able to say that because our money. Please understand, our money is the most traded money on the planet. It was until these other nations have come together. Now they've put together a totally different financial system. And
Mhm.
what we hear what they want us to hear in this country. Okay. We didn't know that Africa had places like Seychelles before last year. Okay. So we hear what they want us to hear in this country. And what we think is we the most powerful country in the world. And the day that people find out, nah, champ, not only are you not that, you literally about to be in a third world situation. You see the country falling apart in different ways, but we wondering, well, what's going on? What's going on with the economy? Inflation is high. Our interest rates are high. The price of housing is high. Why is everything so high and our money is going down? That's what happens to, that's what it's like living in a third world country. It's just being broken to us gradually.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. It's coming to us gradually.
You know, I want to respond to Levante. He says to all the women talking, fight the wars and clear the minefields. My daughter did that in Iraq. You act like there are no women in the military, that women don't fight these wars. So for you to say that is just throwing something out there. Women can do the same thing that men do. My daughter did that for 4 years in Iraq. So that doesn't make sense to me that you even saying that.
Yeah, because to me, this ain't about no fight between men and women, y'all. It may sound, I feel like a certain way, but I do, because in order for you to have order in your home, there got to be order. It can't, you ain't no home with two heads in it. There's no organization. Even the country itself has one head. The problem in the country is that one head is being led by everybody else. He's not going in there just making decisions of what's best for the country and what's best for the people. They going into the White House, and that's not just Trump or Bush or any of them. That's every president ever got in that seat. You're going to cater to the people with the most money, because those are the people who put you there.
That's what they make the policies for their donors. That stuff is never to benefit us, and that's on both sides. I completely agree with that.
There you have it. But the masses are the people without the money. That is us.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, if we're not demanding anything, and then how we gonna be mad that we got nothing? See, it's one thing when you didn't ask for nothing, but it's a different thing when you say, ho, we asked for something. Can you give me something? That's why
Well, they said everybody will own nothing and be happy. Like they really have a plan, and they want to have.
That's the new thing now. We're going to be happy owning nothing. That means that they own everything. We're going to be happy, and the way they're doing it right now is they got prices on everything so high. In a minute, all we're going to be able to afford to do is buy food. We ain't going to be able to take it home to a refrigerator. With that $75 hamburger. Everybody gonna be walking around here skinny because there ain't no food.
And they really planned it like that. And they actually, like, when they had their meeting, well, you got to look at, you always got to see what's going on with Europe, or AKA Europa, because that's, they say the whore on the beast. That's actually what it was. Her name was Europa in Greek mythology. But when you look at that, Europa actually owns America. It's a corporation. So Europe really owns us. That's why we were birthed as Mystery Babylon. But when you look at what's happening with them, they literally came out in their meeting and they said, we're about to go to a carbon-based currency. It was like all of those billions that's sitting in the banks, like in London and stuff, we're not going to use them. We're going to go to a carbon-based carbon-based currency.
But
carbon is life. Like we're made out of carbon. We're life. Right. And if they're doing carbon-based stuff and they're going to like what they call black liquid money and stuff, that's all goes to this black goo. And that right there is the source of everything, because that's where they got their oil. Then they got the stuff from the meteors and stuff. Exactly. And that's the artificial intelligence. That stuff is sentient, it's knowledgeable, and it's evil. And it's evil on both sides, whether they get it from below or above. That's why they say, as above, so below. Satan got both of them kingdoms, the cosmos and the under the ground and under the water. But God, okay, we got to understand who we serve.
You
got an army up here. He got some people, some vessels, and all he needs is a mustard seed. So if you just believe, if anybody ever seen how tiny a mustard seed is, he gonna take that and he gonna do what he do, because the devil already defeated.
You know what, hey Keith, you so in tune with this. I can tell that you have conversations about stuff like this regularly. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to do, to be honest with you, because there are very few people that are willing to have that back and forth and have that kind of friction. And I'm saying this, guys, sometimes we got to have these hard conversations. Y'all ever notice the thing about us though? It's still done in respect. We got differences of opinions, but it's still done with respect. So that's where I'm coming from right there. I don't ever want a woman to ever think for 1 second that I see women as insignificant, as unneeded, as unnecessary, because you never could be more wrong on that. Okay. I see what a woman is. Okay. And never would I mock the woman, the gift to man. Never would I see her as insignificant. Her role is insignificant because what I know for sure, and whatever y'all think about your money, that you can keep on thinking it, because what I'm thinking is about how we gonna live another generation. And I know that some people try to reduce that to, oh man, we bigger than just bringing up raising children and having children. Okay, so you think your money is when you get in that grave, your money ain't going no further with you. The children you leave here one day, that's going to be your future. Okay, we are here to continue. Okay, this currency that we're using on this planet is just that. It is just a means of trading, of bartering with one another. That is it. You leaving your stamp on this planet, trust and believe, when the day they set you to rest, you will be thinking like, wow, they're not going to put $2 in that casket with you. I guarantee you they're going to be outside that. They're going to be at the funeral. Who get what? Okay, they're going to be at your funeral talking about who get what. And hopefully you'll
Don't
be
even wait
leaving
till the funeral. If you got a
man,
narcissistic
be right
family.
there at your funeral fighting back and forth. And
My
that's going to
uncle
leave it to
passed,
your
his body
family.
was still there. They was getting his stuff. The body's still there. I
Body
mean, they was
still, that's what I'm
fighting
saying,
over
because
like who
that's
gonna get
how
these
money
guitars.
hungry. That's how money hungry this society is.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, when we're out of order, see, my thing is this: if a man is trying to be the leader, the teacher, the guide, then that's a man who is trying to be in order in his home. He's trying to be the leader. He's trying to be the head in that home. He's in order. Now, the man that goes in that house or the male that goes in that house and he want the woman to lead, and if somebody come to knock on the door, baby, go get that door. I don't know who that is. He want the woman to, hey, you get up and go to work. I'm gonna stay home with the kids. Then we doing something different. That's something different. That's something totally different. That's out of order. Y'all you want to go to work? Okay, go be. Y'all want to go to work and let us sit home? Man, Joe. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sit at home all day. That just ain't my nature. That just ain't me. But I'm just saying, we know who was built for what. And ladies, just like I do, if your man at home all day while you at work, it's going to be an argument in that camp when you get home. Ain't no dinner ready. The house nasty. He just got it looking crazy and everything else. And my goodness, I understand you ain't working right now. But what if he's like, I ain't going back to work. You got a job. You take care of everything. You wouldn't even see him as a man anymore.
I've been there. Every one of them. That's what narcs do. I mean, they start off
That's
having a
my
job
point.
until about a month or so. Then it's like, so you ain't you off again? Like, well,
That's
yeah.
my point.
I mean, do you still have a job after about a week? Like you haven't been getting up. Are you going back? Well, I'm just figuring like I'm just gonna do my entrepreneurship. They be holding me back anyway. What? Like, then the car break down. The next thing you know, they are full
Jennifer,
blown narc in your house.
look, Hey, Jennifer, no. Yes, both people do need to work in California because the prices of those houses in California, the listen, y'all, the
Ooh,
real
that's
estate in California is so crazy. If you live in a trailer in California, you still paying like $1.2 million to live in a trailer home. It's ridiculous out there. I don't know how y'all do it out there, man. I don't know how you gonna make it. I'm sitting there looking at my son the same way, like, bruh, this is way too much. Y'all doing too much in LA, man, in California, man.
you
The
got
price is
Google
just
in
too high.
California. They up the standard because they got a lot of money in Google. The what they call it, Silicon Valley. You got Silicon Valley and Hollywood.
They
They
don't,
want to
but
oppress
listen,
people.
that's no longer Silicon Valley is no longer there.
Oh, it's not.
That's, oh no. And so you ain't been watching what's going on in California.
No, I know they
Silicon
bank
Valley has
failed.
moved to Texas, Arizona, and Florida.
They had all the portals. They right by some portals. Probably some monoliths there.
And that's one of the reasons why everybody it's been this mass exodus
Ooh,
from California because the big companies, all the tech companies, all of them left. All of them left California. Man, you go to
wow.
San Francisco now. Oh my god. It was a time I remember going to San Francisco. Man, that was one of the nicest places I've ever been. And it's not like it's hot. It's not like the rest of California. San Francisco kind of
Right.
cool and cold up there, but it is beautiful. Oh, it used to be. I don't know what they got going on up there right now, but man, if you think Skid Row in LA is bad, oh
Mm,
my goodness, man, they ain't got nothing on San Francisco, and don't even drive into Oakland, the Bay Area. I think the police are scared of the people in the Bay Area, straight up. It is crazy out there on the West Coast, man. I don't know how
wow.
y'all doing it. What do y'all do for work, man, to just own a $1.5 million home, and work a regular job? Like, because and I ain't saying no for no big houses. We talking about like 2-bedroom homes.
Mm.
Man, y'all hold up. Y'all saw the house that on the movie Friday, Ice Cube and them lived in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there, that's what you get for 1.3, 1.5 million in California.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And in Compton.
crazy.
In Compton.
What?
Yes. And the house at least 120, 130 years old. We talking about houses built back in 1910 and 1920. It ain't got nothing new in it except for what the people who live there put in it. It is absolutely, man.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all. Y'all finished fighting tonight? China,
That's probably
you
why
finished
people
tonight,
be
China?
doing extracurricular to get money. Because
Oh
that's some
man.
hard times, but
It is hard
this
out here,
nation
y'all.
is
And this
facing
is
some
something that
times.
we are really facing. This is what's in
Yeah.
front of us. This is truly in front of us. And honestly, man, guys, and I know some people gonna just see it as, man, y'all scared to let us run this thing, man. We got it. We got it. Don't worry about it. We got it. It's cool. And let me say this. Let me say this for the women. Real talk. In a perfect world where you allowed to lead and get this thing together, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be solid because that's what women do. That's what real women do. They bring peace. They bring solace. They bring equality. They nurture. So if a woman was able to have total anonymity to this country to just be able to do it her way, and I'm saying she a good woman now. I ain't talking about just no cruddy duddy, a good woman, then absolutely she could run this country. She would be running this country because that's how a home is set up. The man, we go out and make the money. Yeah, we might make the last decision on something that we know has to be done, but everybody knows in every loving home, the woman is the one that makes the decisions. She's leading that home. but she's leading the home from the inside of the home. She ain't leading the house because she outside working somewhere under somebody's car, changing the brakes. No, that's not what women know. That ain't the image. That's not the image, and that's not the image that we want to see. She out there doing the dirty work. Let me go home and get her dinner ready for her. And when she get home, woo wee, baby, what you do today? Like, come on, man. Don't you want a strong man that you can feel proud of to come home to you every day?
Not a narcissistic woman. No, she wants somebody that she can run over. I mean, that's
absolute. That's what I'm saying. A narcissist want to run everything. She want to raise hell. She want to wreak havoc.
Because that's her way of keeping that man down and from reaching his potential and his goals.
Come on.
That's how she keeps him under her thumb.
Come on.
And it's vice versa. The men do it to the women because I was held back from the things that I could accomplish.
And see, you know what? And I'm glad you said that. So if you were in that space with somebody, with a guy that has some sense, imagine where y'all would be right now.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. So, excuse me. It's always going to be about building and structure. It has to be. When you're building a home, a life with somebody, that's what it's going to be built on. You reflect off of one another. Like, okay, whatever you're strong at, hey man, you running that. Whatever I'm strong at, the exact same thing. But it has to be a balance where we have an understanding. And I'm saying, man, you don't even understand it. If you're going to say this guy is a real man, being a man means that you are responsible for your woman, for your family. That's your responsibility, whether they eat today.
Yeah.
Them lights better be on. They better have a roof over their head. They better have clothes on their back and food for their stomach. As a man, your requirement is that.
Yeah.
Her requirement is to nurture it. She is the one there that's going to double it. All right, baby, you bring us some eggs in here, buddy. Yes, sir. I'm going to turn it into a meal, baby. There's going to be some breakfast cooking in this camp this evening.
I mean, I was a housewife for both my marriages, and I must say I did love, playing. I love it. I'm not going to even lie. I love taking care of my kids. I love cooking. I love cleaning. I love all that. I'm not going to even lie, but I would.
And you should. That's what a man truly wants out here, is a woman who's proud of building in their home. A woman who is proud. I'm proud. I'm going to the store today while he at work. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna get this little plant for over there. And when you get home, and it's just gonna be, hey man, every day just gonna be lovey-dovey. All the stuff that the narc hates. We're gonna be holding hands, watching TV, doing all that corny stuff together, all that boring stuff, because that's gonna bore a narc to absolute death.
Yes.
Yeah, they get in there like, whoa, man, ain't nothing jumping on your phone. You ain't got no little slick talk. You ain't got nothing extra smart to say. And see, narcs, they hate that kind of lifestyle. No, they want to see a lifestyle where everything is upside down, inside out, because that's who they are. Total dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's total dysfunction. And
I had cruddy narcs. I just had cruddy narcs. It probably started with husband number 1, because that was like 13 years. So that was just the wrong choice narc. I mean, all of them are terribly bad, but the ones that don't work, that just does a whole different thing to your psyche.
I ain't experienced that.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was like from teenager, like they had intentions to work, big dreams. But when you with them as a teenager and then they just never get it together and y'all marry young, I think that kind of made a catalyst for all the other worse ones that came along. But they'll start off okay and then they just won't work. And then they'll get mad because you are working or you go to school or you better yourself. They get mad, but you're like,
and be
No one
jealous.
cheating.
Not just mad that you're working, be jealous and then be trying to
Jealous.
sabotage and then be wanting to go up your job and show out on your job because they know that you look good and they know that they know it's some men in there that got a job in there and they mad that, yeah, man, I know that joker over there looking at you. I know he think he about to get with you, but I'm telling you, but yeah, you try it if you want to. They gonna sabotage you.
Oh yeah, I ran a lot of jobs because of that. Like I'm supposed to just work around all women.
Yeah.
Yes.
My ex came back to the OR where they do the C-sections because I was working in labor and delivery. He was so bold, like narcs don't care. They just when they in that mode,
Come
like
on.
this dude looked like he just slept in his dusty clothes for like 3 days. Come up there, I run to the like OR place. I'm like, all right, this is a locked environment. I don't even know how he got through supernaturally, but he back there. I'm like, you ain't nobody allowed back here. Like you will go to jail. I don't care. I don't care why you ain't answer my calls. That's what they do. And then the whole time they're cheating and doing all of this other stuff.
That's
But
what I was
they
getting ready
want
to
to
say.
just wreck your life because they operating under the whole Terminator demon.
And
That's
it
what
ain't
they
even just that. It's like they'll sabotage your job, and then you be like, "Forget it, I'm gonna stay home." Then they run around telling everybody she don't want to work. She likes
Joe,
this.
Joe,
They'll
Joe, Joe,
do that. It's like what the hell?
Joe. And see, that's that part right there. That's that part right there where you just become dumbfounded because you like, hold it. You don't want me to go to work. When I go out here and do this,
Yeah.
you mad and you jealous.
Yeah.
And they jealous because they feel like, hey, I don't feel like you're gonna be able to do nothing because they want to talk to you from an angle. They want to be able to talk to you like you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But then you like, nah, babe, this ain't what you do ain't rocket science. And that's I'm man enough to admit they could train a robot they could train any animal to come in there and do my job. Listen, I'm able to keep it real. It's not rocket science. It's not a science project when I go to work. It's real basic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, can women do it? Plenty of women do it. Do they want to be in there dealing with that stress? Psh, hell no. Do I want to be in there dealing with stress? Psh, hell no. It's not a competition though. When you are doing something in your life and you got somebody that everything turns into a competition, everything is all about, I'm better than you and and they trying to belittle you.
Yeah.
That's somebody that's not for you. And it works the same way against men. Because you get in there with a ungrateful woman, you're like, man, I don't care what you bring to the table. I don't care what kind of marble or gold the table is made of. When you in there with a narcissist, I don't care what you do, they won't be satisfied. That's just something that's universal. The person will not be satisfied on purpose. They will not understand you on purpose. Anything you do, it's whatever. So what? You did that just because of blah, blah, blah. You like, man, hold on, I did that because you asked for it.
Yep.
I did that because you was talking about you wanted, huh? And you find yourself saying that daily, weekly, and then you just get to that point where you just fed up and you like, man, I don't want to be bothered with you no more. I don't like you no more. That's really where it heads. It just heads to that place where you're like, man, I don't like you no more. I just think right now, guys, we're in a place where in my life, in our lives, yeah, we get to see that battle in Armageddon, the battle called Armageddon. Yeah, we getting to see it play out completely, man. We watching it from the front row. We got social media. Guys, social media, it conditions us to and tells us what it wants us to believe. about everything. Okay. I think they said this world is being run by 7 people. Hey, man.
7 entities.
7,
they
exactly.
probably hybrids. But we have to,
Mhm.
the one important thing we want to make sure is that regardless of the outcome, they're conditioning for like a civil war. We don't want to turn on each other. Like we want to
Exactly.
understand that regardless of whatever they do, that they have already made that decision like way
Mhm.
beforehand. We still have to come together as a people, and then the more that we can show, like, the more people that can show kindness and on all of that stuff, if they can get like an island for narcs, that would be optimal. But I don't know if they can send
Come
them
on.
to like the Bahamas or something, make one
Come
of
on.
them islands just the
And
narc
who would
island.
go there?
The country would be a lot better,
Who
but
would visit?
they're not
Who would
doing
visit
that.
that
We
place?
should probably write for that. But if we can kind of get together, be kind, generous, and everything, we can turn the tide. Like as long as we don't turn on each other, that's what they
Yeah.
want. They're creating that in the media, like, oh, you
There
should
you
like
go.
this person. Well, why don't you like that person? Well, look, and they bringing out that, oh, all of these people are actors and
That's it.
actresses,
That's it.
and they all part of the same
That's
organization. But
it,
we want
man.
to understand that as our communities, like we have voices in our communities, we have voices on a state level. We can be that change. We just
That's
gotta
right.
have a heart and help out, and we can't focus too much on it. We still exercise our rights, but we also inform our communities.
At the end of the day, y'all, we win. Now we're in a time right now of doom and gloom, right?
Yep.
That doesn't mean anything. It's just going to be a time we got to make it through. We've made it through every other time period. First of all, I want everybody to understand all of you have already dealt with the devil. Okay. Every last
Yeah.
person in here has dealt with the devil. And at the end, we already know how to win. The
Yeah.
moment you
Oh, and they
decide,
be in the church and everything. It's crazy.
everywhere you go,
Really.
these devils are every single place you can think of, because they know that once we find out who they are, we already know how easy it is to destroy them. And that's simply cutting them off.
Yes.
When you cut them off, when they get their access, when they lose that access, guys, a lot of y'all don't even understand that when a narc lost access to you, you changed their life right then and there.
You sure did.
You might keep
Gotta
looking back.
unsubscribe.
Say what?
You gotta unsubscribe. That's what you gotta do. Unsubscribe
You
to the
do.
narc.
You absolutely do have to do that, because that's the only way you're going to win in this. As long as you're sitting there, and I'm saying this, people, just like China says all the time, she talks to different people to see what these people think like. I've been doing that, and I watch them in their lives, and I'm still watching. Like
Yes.
you still ain't gone no contact, huh? Still, because it's 5 years later, 7 years later, 10 years later, and you're still going through the exact same thing. You still can't figure out why it is the way it is, because you can't cut them off. You don't understand the assignment. A lot of us don't understand the assignment. The assignment is for you to be able to show that you love you more than you love what you doing for somebody else.
Yeah.
We love to go out here and fix somebody. We're going to
Yeah.
build you, baby. I'm going to build you up, and I'm going to do this for you. And we're going to build your business, and I'm going to help you with this program. And I'm going to do this for you and that and that. And that's all you got to show. And at the end of the entanglement, that's all you have, is all that you did to build them up. That's all. And look, that's everybody's story in this chat. What you did to build them up. You ever notice nobody in here got a story about what they did to build you up? Nobody.
They can't. They don't. And that's one thing that people have to do. Like we have our humanity and we try to figure it out, figure it out, figure it out. You would never be able to figure out a narc. Like they really, it's a split soul. When you talking a split soul, you talking a whole different persona is there. And when they have abandoned themselves, if you don't understand spiritually, you will be in this cycle forever because you will only look at it from a human perspective. This stuff is deeper than that when you're dealing with a narcissist, because you're dealing with a whole generational power. They are like equivalent to witches and warlocks. So they have given themselves over completely to the kingdom of darkness. Something else is using their meat suit. They're living through them, breathing through them. But the only thing that they don't have love, they have lust. They don't have kindness and gentleness, they have fakeness for motive. Everything that they do in the kingdom of darkness is transactional and it has a motive. That's why even if they go to church and you be like, well, mine was in church, and I had ministers like pastors. The devil didn't
Come on.
send me nothing less because it knew I wouldn't look. So when I had the pastors, it knew what my background was and it knew what I was already conditioned to submit to. But that has since changed, but that's what the enemy has known. But when you, even if they go to church, God said he look at the intents of the heart. So
Yep.
their intent might be, I'm gonna be here to, get me a good woman, do this, I'm gonna get this from them, get that from them, or I'm gonna have everybody looking at me, I'm gonna be this big child. That's what's going on in their heart. And God understands that. So sometimes he did a separation. And sometimes you can get stuck like, well, I don't know why God didn't save my marriage. I didn't know why God didn't save this person. He never intended for you to be with the devil or nothing. He said, like, don't fellowship with darkness. These people have an assignment that they don't even know of. Their soul is somewhere trapped as a child. They don't even know who they are.
Slow down, Keith. Because see, that's a part right there we have not touched on. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have this assumption these narcs know their assignment. We have this assumption that they know they're here to destroy you. They are oblivious. They are oblivious. They are operating off of something that they are feeling inside of them the same way we do. We are all operating off of our interior. We're going and we're doing for them. We're treating them the way we want to be treated. They're treating us less than. Let's just call it less than. Okay. They don't know the way we think they do. See, we have this envision in our mind that the devil just gave them a plan and they took this class, this little 5-step class on how to destroy people. No, that's not how it is. They're operating off of what they feel inside.
Yeah.
And they are empty. See, we just have this assumption that, well, they could do better. But they listen, different things give different people pleasure. Doing the right thing gives us pleasure. Treating somebody right. Let me say this to y'all. I'm gonna say something to y'all, ladies. I know y'all ain't heard this before on the internet in a while, at least. Men need you. And we need to be needed. So it's not always about comparing, but men are simple. We're simple creatures. Women are the sophisticated ones. Men are simple. Okay. We build different things and create devices to attract women. Okay. Trust me. If there were no such thing as women, all of us would be living in a little hut that's just our body size. And with a, I don't even know if we'd have a toilet in it. Be eating Cheetos and chilling all day, man. We wouldn't be having this structured life. We do structure for women. Okay, and I'm being real with y'all. We have a need to be needed. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have so many issues, because there's this independent thing out here. We have a true need to be needed, and it does make us feel like we're somebody, like we're smart, like we can do, like we've accomplished something. That is an accomplishment, that I can go to work, and through my job, I can go work hard every day and come home and I can take care of my family. I mean, we ain't rich, but hey, this week, but we do got something. And I was able to, put a roof over our head and shoes on our feet and clothes on our backs. We have a need to be needed. And to constantly hear we not needed and we stink and we this and we that.
And what you talking about, Harold, because you have to clear it up for your guest here. We know what group we in, the community. What Hario is describing is a real man, not a narcissistic male, because that's a different type of beast entity you're dealing with.
There you go.
They don't think the same as like, a real like man. So don't feel like, well, if I do this for the narc, he gonna come back, or okay, that's it. He just got the needs. I can be better at the needs. I can do better with this. No, there is different. It's demons on that at all times. Demons on the brain. They got voices inside and outside the head they talking to, and they want to be. If they're a male, they sometimes want to be male and female. I had one tuck himself and say, "Look, honey, I look like you," and he tucked himself. I don't even know what that means. It's a lot of things I just couldn't process. But they're confused. But ultimately, they don't want the love and affection, because the demons are uncomfortable with pure love. They can do lust, they can do anger, resentment, bitterness, hatred. They can laugh when people get hurt. They got constant negativity. You can gossip with them. They can do all of that stuff, but they can't, when it's like real love and unconditional love, they're fidgety, they're uncomfortable. So they have to have all these fake sources, because they don't ever want to get too close to one or feel like, oh, I'm weak. They view love as weak, but that's because demons want to mock Christ. And love is actually very strong and powerful.
Come on.
But don't try to give them more of yourself, because they will take that and your credit card and your car and your home and your clothes.
And you'll be buying
your underwear if you let them.
You'll be buying a new outfit and sponsoring dates with other women and everything else.
Oh yeah.
We're not talking about those types. We talk. Just like it takes a good woman to admit what women really need and not feel embarrassed about it. That's the same thing applies to men. When you have an understanding about yourself, it doesn't embarrass you to say, listen, I need a woman around me. I need somebody that makes me feel good at the end of the day. And when I say makes me feel good, I mean mentally, she's like, hey, babe, look at you. Went to work all day. Dang. Wow, how was it? And really just be interested in that little petty conversation right there. I know that seemed like a little petty conversation. Be interested in, just how my day went, and what I did today, and make me feel like I really did something. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, that's all the feel good you need.
What you say?
You sure that's all the feel good you need?
No. That's not it. Of course not. But I'm just saying that for us, for men really have a need to feel needed. We don't need you to solve everything. Let me open up the top on the daggone milk jug. You know what I'm saying? Hey, babe, I need you to come in here and open up this top. Come open up the can, open the thingy. I don't know what to do. Sometimes we want to be the smartest person in the house, because at the end of the day, guys, a woman is always running the house. She knows everything that's going on in there. She knows how to run the budget. She knows how to do most of the stuff that we aren't designed to do. We are designed to work, to provide, to protect. Okay. We're not the nurturer. That's not what we're strong at. And when we have somebody, that let me go out here and I done went out here and lifted these bricks all day in this construction job, and I come home and and she like, whoa, look at you. You just dirty. Baby, let me go ahead and get you in that bathtub and you tell me how was your day? I got something cooked for you in here. But before we eat though, I need you to open up that jar that I left right there on the stove. And I'm telling you, every day, I know my baby need me to open up that jar. She need me. To y'all want to go out there and get a can opener or get something so you can undo the daggone top. Now I ain't got no job.
Because I want my man to have everything when he come home. Why should he have to come home?
I don't want everything when I come home. I don't want everything. I want to be able to do something. I want to be able to do something. I want to be able I want to be able to look strong for my woman. I want to be able to show her your man is strong, and then I want to hear you say it. Yeah, look at my baby. Just open up that top like it wasn't nothing. Just woo.
Okay, we'll just take the knob off the stove and have you.
You see what I'm saying? Be like, babe, the knob came off the stove, and I don't know what it did. That's what I'm saying. Let me figure it out. And
See,
then after I figure it out,
like that, because she was a hairstylist. She do training. She say you need to but see, she narcissist. Now when you're dealing with narcissists, narcissistic women. Oh, they're gonna be like, hey baby, bring you this. I cooked for you, babe. I got your favorite outfit. I did this, because she's telling them like you gotta play, dumb yourself down. You gotta make them feel like this, do that. They know all the tricks.
That's right.
The thing.
And guys, y'all wonder why narcissistic women win all the time? Because they do know all the tricks. They know that we're not that bright. They already know it. All they gotta do is dumb themselves down a little bit, and bam, and we happy. We sitting around here happy like, yeah. But what we don't know is, hey, bro, now before you got home, she had somebody else here.
They have about 5 insurance plans on you, because while you relax, they like, hey, babe, what'd you say your social security number was again?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Man, they get us every time, and everybody wonders like, how do men go for those type of women? Because those type of women are the most needy. They always need us to do something. They know to have something for us to do. Listen, you want your man to be happy, have something for him to do, not something crazy. Now I don't feel like cleaning out the closet. But I'm saying, let me open that jar when I get home. Got that. Give me that bar. Yeah. Then give me some sugar and we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this is home to me. You know what I'm saying? I smell food in the air. There's love in the air.
My brother said, he was like, I just want somebody to cook. If they just cook some food, he was like, I like to eat. But he always eating like restaurant food. He was like, if somebody can just cook and just be there and then just be like, you having a great day, you doing good. He was like, that's it. He was like, I can't even get that.
I'll just let the air out my tire and stand by the car like, oh
man, and I get to change the tire.
Right.
Lift the hood up. My mom told me that. She was like, lift the hood up. Somebody would come. Like she be training people how to make somebody mad. She was like, oh, what your child's dad make you mad? Lift the hood up. A guy come, then you talk to him and all of that. And they do. You lift the hood up, guys will pull over like, hey, you need some help?
Yes, indeed.
They do all that stuff, but that's shenanigans too. Like once you get older, you like, I don't think I want to be a narcissist.
Because you first of all, you're gonna have on something that we like to see you in, and then second of all, you got an assignment that I can look strong for you. Let me go over here and hold up, baby. Let me get this for you. That's all we want. But nah, y'all want to be strong and independent. If you strong, then what I'm gonna do?
So
if you the strong one, what am I gonna do?
I'm going to go ahead and highlight this question. Sick Don want to know if you're single. Inquiring minds want to know.
You want to know? You talking about me?
Yeah.
Where's Sick Dom at?
Say it again. Say it again.
Man, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop, man.
Inquiring minds want to know.
We on, first of all, we are on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Y'all know these bots on the internet. Be anybody. Y'all better stop. Lillian Mercer. Mwah. Thank you. I know I got out of that one politically.
I know, right?
Y'all like that. Y'all like how I did that. Yes, indeed. Empathic Shar got a question. Mwah. What's up, Shar? Appreciate that super chat. Shar said, if a man is if a man is insufficient in being able to lead and a woman has to step up, what's the problem? What is the problem if a woman got to step up and lead? What's the problem? When our men went to war and we had to step up, no one had a problem with that. See, I think you got it wrong. I think you got it wrong, Shar. If a man is insufficient, why we gotta be insufficient though? Well, because we lose our job, we lost a job, now we down, we feeling depressed. We need to come home and the woman, get me back home. Okay, baby, you gonna get another job. You as smart as you are, as strong as you are. That's what we need when we get home. We don't need you, feeling some type of way and all this other stuff. We need that reassurance that, it's gonna be, baby. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is the secret, ladies. Regardless of how you really feel, just tell your man this, baby, everything is going to be all right. I believe in you and everything is going to be all right. He going to go get that job. He going to go get right up off that couch. Let me go ahead and get this together. My baby says she believe in me. See, you got to speak.
And you can't be with a narcissist because you tell it to a narcissist, one, they'll never leave. Like you can smile and they come over and you be like, oh my gosh, that is so great. Like, I'm so glad that you're doing this. And then you encouraging, next thing you know, you got a stalker. They coming to you. They just want to keep you saying it. And I smile all the time because my teeth big. So I'm always smiling. And they think like, well, like she likes me, she believes in me and all this stuff. And then they don't leave. And then it's a narcissist.
Well, why they going to leave?
You in another.
You know he's not going to leave. What do you mean?
That's what happens. You attract narcissists because you tell everybody like, hey, it's good. And you say encouraging words. But first you got to deal with the inside, the wounds, the generational stuff. So you're not attracting narcissists and doing that stuff. Because narcissists love it. You cook for them and everything. They love it for doing a love bomb, then they hate it. They be like, I don't like your cooking. You do this and do that, or whatever they got to say, but they still eat it. But they
well, at the end of the day, see, this is the thing. I learned this the hard way, but now I know. Every relationship you in, you gotta give your absolute best every single day. Now, a lot of times we want to say that we're feeding off the other person's energy, but we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to feed off our own energy. We got to I want to feed this person to the best of my ability, because if this should not work out, the one thing I don't want to do is regret. The one thing I want to know is that, man, I treated you the best, that I gave you everything I had in me, and it didn't work out. I can walk away from this. I have no regrets. I don't look back at it saying, I wish I would have did this more, or wish I would have did that. No, I did everything I could do. I tried to give you a massage every day. I wanted to nurture you every day. I wanted to touch you. I kiss you. I did everything I could to keep us happy, and it didn't work. So, because guess what that tells me? It tells me it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. No. You came in this camp That your home was kept right. You know, you had everything that you needed. I provided what I was supposed to provide here. So no, you cannot say I didn't follow my assignment. And guys, I'm telling y'all, that's the main reason I think that I was able to be just to walk away and to stay away. And I'm saying to have no desire and so much as even a conversation.
Yes.
When you know what you did, when you know you put it down, man, please let them figure the rest of that stuff out. When we kind of on the fence and we didn't really, when we kind of gaming like they game, then you feel sorry for them, and you like, oh, maybe I could have did this a little better, but no, you play your role, be who you are. Ladies be ladies, fellas, let's be men.
And
Play
they do
your
a really good
position.
job at making you doubt yourself. Like a lot of times in the early stages of coming out of that situation,
Mm-hmm,
it's so much cognitive dissonance or that mind splitting, and
mm-hmm,
you're so conflicted, like what you seen and saw and what you think is going on because of what they're telling you and what people around you are saying. It's like it's hard for you to first you have to get out of the stage of self-doubt to understand, like, okay, I did see what I seen, heard what I heard. But
mm-hmm.
that's a process in itself. So a lot of times if you're still in that stage and the narcissist come back, you're likely going to answer the Hoover or continue contact. But
That's right.
then they also will bring out a new supply, which if you haven't dealt with self-rejection, self-hatred, all of this self attacks that you do on yourself, self-disgust, or these insecurities that you have with yourself, you're going to feel like that new supply is better than you in some way and that you were inadequate. So then you're going to, doubt yourself in that area too. Like, well, maybe I didn't do enough, or maybe I wasn't as supportive, or maybe I wasn't this. And you doubt the role that you played in the whole
Yeah.
situationship, whether it was marriage or a long-term relationship, and you're going to doubt reality because they're living in a false reality at all times. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
the ability to live in true reality. They live in a fantasy reality based on whatever narrative they want to create. When we come out of their matrix and we are now living in a real reality, it's hard for us to really understand what our role was or what we was doing because we were so entangled in what their reality was about us. So we have to figure all of that out. Like, yeah, we were supportive. A lot of us were cooking a lot, saying, hey, you're doing great, doing massages, did all of that, help them through school. I mean, it's a lot of things that
Mm-hmm.
most people on here did to support their mate, whether they were a male supporting their female mate or a female supporting their male mate, or we wouldn't really be on here. But we did
Right.
all of those things, whether we were at home moms or working moms,
Mm-hmm.
or, however we did, however the males did. But we did it. And when we have to understand that
That's
we
right.
did do it, and we have to remember that, and that's usually what coaching remind us, because that's where the
Mhm.
amnesia happened. Like, maybe I didn't do it. Maybe
Mhm.
that person, I
I
feel
didn't
like
do
that.
it like
Maybe that person is more support. They're more submissive. That was my thing. Well, they're foreign, like submission is probably their culture. I probably wasn't as submissive, but yes, I was very submissive.
right, because I knew what I brought to the table. So
Yes.
I didn't think that that person was better than me. He didn't get me to think what was it that I done, because he couldn't bait me into that argument that he was trying to
Mhm.
have to leave. So that's why I didn't
Mm.
have those thoughts. He tried, but he couldn't bait me into that argument. And I wanted to say something about what you said earlier. You said God did not intend for us to be with the devil. Sometimes he allowed that to happen because we are probably the only ones that's going to allow them to hear God's voice. So sometimes that's the
Mm.
only way they will hear it, and he will place them in our path. I'm not going to say God will place anything bad in our path. He
That's
wouldn't
a
allow it.
No,
contrast,
we
yeah.
choosing there.
We
That's
will
a
allow
self choice.
things.
We choosing. We see what we like. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like eating sugar. It tastes good, but good gracious. boy, you're gonna have some cavities.
If
So
you
yeah,
still got your
he
teeth.
gonna let us go out there and
Yeah.
pick who we think we need to pick. Listen, y'all. I told y'all if when I get married again, I'm picking a woman that just like this. It's gonna be it's not gonna be no. I see you and we. Oh man, you so beautiful and it's this. No, because I know my picker is broken. You know what I'm saying? I know my picker is broken. I know I'm gonna go for what my eyes love to see. And that's what most of us do. And then you end up with something crazy out here and then you unhappy. And that creature that was so beautiful at one time, it turned into your worst nightmare.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you just sitting there
Yeah.
like, wow, how could somebody so nice looking turn so ugly in such a short period of time? And y'all think when you in that love stage, they are truly the most beautiful creature in the world to you. But
Yeah.
as soon as you are forced to see them for who they are, you're sitting there like, wow, like, ugh. And then when you see them, it's like every time you walk past them and you talk to them, you're talking from angles now. You're not even, you just like, ugh. Like, man, I don't believe I'm in this wreck, this train wreck. What is going on with my life? You doing self-evaluations, like, what is going on? When is my life going to be improved? And when is it going to get better? And this and that, and all of these things. And at the end of the day, man, the whole time it's like the one that's for you is for you, but it gotta be more than just that initial how somebody looked. It gotta be more than that. It gotta be bigger than just you just look so good. I know for a fact myself that is where I am broken. Because when you just look so good, like, I don't know which direction this gonna go in. And see, but living with me is like that's the most boring life in the world.
I
You
love
be
boy.
like, man, all this dude want to do is work all the damn time. That's it. He just want to work, and then he want to talk when he ain't working. He want to talk. He want to talk. We gonna talk. Oh my gosh, this dude is just. And then my routine. You know what time I'm gonna get up. You know what time I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You know what I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty boring eater because I eat the same thing almost every other day. You know what I'm saying? It's a boring life. Yeah, you're gonna travel a lot though. You're gonna have to travel a lot.
Oh
You
Lord.
know, everybody say they like to travel, but everybody don't love to travel.
No.
I do.
You know,
But that's how it is being with an empath. You are this is just it gets boring. This dude, he ain't just his phone ain't going off. I can answer his phone. Like, what kind of mess is that? People do not, a lot of people don't even respect that. And
That's
that
the
tells
people
you
that's born in chaos. Like they don't.
there you go.
It's only boring if you like chaos. Like when chaos is not part of your world, it's so many other things going on in
Yeah.
the world that's not boring. Like it's like life itself is just not boring. But it's when you like chaos, things that are full of all of those good qualities I said, kindness, gentleness, happiness, joy, and all of that, that's boring to a narc. They'll be on their phone like, why are
There
you
you go.
smiling so much? They just don't want to be happy. If
There
they're happy,
you
they're
go.
uncomfortable.
Their comfort comes from you worrying.
Hmm.
Yeah, you think that I'm over here just sleep? Okay. That's what it's like sleeping with one of them. You been in
yeah.
bed trying to get some rest, and they trying to figure out, are you sleep? Can I make this move real quick? Guys, y'all, man, they so cruddy. They are so
Go to
cruddy,
the
man.
store. Like, what? It's like 3:30 in the morning. No store open. Now I just got to go get some
Man,
butter.
I can't sleep. You know,
Yeah.
I can't. They really feel like, guys, these are people that are restless, and the life you live with them, to them, it just it's so boring. It's so dry because you've turned into this. To them, you've turned into this monster, and all you want to do is hold hands, man. You get your hand, my hand getting hot. Okay, can I have my hand back? You want to hold hands, and you want to be all dreamy eyed, and they like, man, can I just watch the TV for a few more minutes before we gotta have this eye contact and be kissy face and all this stuff? Can you please stop? They despise all of that.
Yeah.
They don't want somebody that's all over them because they know they're gonna get caught up the same way. And they feel like they know that's their power over you. When they give you that, because that's how it starts out. They let you
Yeah.
just love all over them. And you just like, whoa, man, I got this new toy. And oh my goodness, we get together. Woo, we gonna hold hands, we gonna be kissing. It's gonna be so, oh my goodness. And then one day it'd be like, we ain't holding hands. You like, what is this? What are we doing?
Now they're walking ahead of you in the
They walking,
store, and
come on,
Mhm.
come on, say it.
man,
Won't even walk beside you no more. Like, oh, okay, we together though. I mean, why are you tripping? It turns into a nightmare, and then you look like you petty because you just like, look, man, can we get back to the lovey-dovey part? I'm telling y'all, that's one of the things that really set them off, because they know we just want to get back to the loving.
yeah,
They know we do. They know we can't get enough of it. They get too much of it. They like, ugh, oh my goodness, I just did that with 2 other people today. Okay, can you please not? Okay,
And
not
that's acting for them. They don't enjoy doing that.
they
That is
don't.
only like once they secure you, like they feel like whatever money you got, that's their money and they need to get it back from you. That's
Yeah,
literally what goes on in their head. Or they feel like whatever need that they feel like you were going to meet for them, whether it's taking care of the children, whether it's being eye candy for the friends, whatever audience, whatever groupies they trying to
there you go.
impress at the time, whatever your function is, all that lovey-dovey stuff in the beginning paid for that. That's it.
yeah,
The bank is
That's it.
empty now.
It's
Now
over
you're
there.
trying to take something out of an account that you didn't drain. That's how they feel. Like I don't have no kisses for you. Like you took all the kisses and that was like 2 months. And they think so transactional is nothing emotional in it at all. And so
That's right.
they don't, it's not like that. It's not how we would think.
Mm-mm.
see,
Mm-mm.
but they don't like none of that stuff. If y'all ever paid attention to when you give these people a kiss, if you actually open your eyes, you will see that they are
You
not
will.
enjoying that kiss.
Whoa, chat. Whoa, whoa, man. If you open your eyes and see what they really look like, they looking at you like,
Yes,
it will blow you away.
yes,
It would blow you away to see. And a lot of times, y'all, we don't even think about this or look at it, but man, during intimacy, they thinking about somebody completely different. They are not into us like that. They are into something else. And sometimes it might not even just be somebody else. It can be something else. These people are straight up weirdos, man.
Or
yeah,
The thing that we
themselves.
think drives them, and we think that, oh man, they just so hypersexual, right? No, no, they're not. Not the way we think they are. They don't get out of it what we get out of it. See, we get into it, we're building a connection with somebody. What they get out of it is watching you
yeah,
be connected.
yeah,
They like, oh yeah, I got you now. Did I get you? Oh yeah, it's coming too. I'm almost got you. Couple more times and I got you. and that's it. And then they just start pulling back. You'll notice the intimacy just starts changing, and it's a lot more transactional than it is intimate.
And they gonna
They
make you
don't
pay
want
for that
to kiss.
too. They gonna be like, if you enjoyed anything, you're gonna pay for that. Like that's how they think.
Yes,
They think you owe them something
they
because of their
absolutely,
presence.
absolutely, and they gonna try to. And the thing about it is, whoo, man, hey, Lady Virgo, I'm trying to tell you, I'm Lady Virgo just hit it, y'all. They
Hmm.
would much rather pleasure themselves
Oh yeah.
than to be with you. They would much rather pleasure themselves because see, when you really think about it, when you're intimate, that's an entire situation. That's time we spending together. It's we touching, it's the whole process. It's see, and you can't fake all of that.
Yeah.
That's why they like, man, hold it, man. All this hugging and kissing and massaging. Hold up, man. No, let's just get to it and get over with it. They
Yeah.
don't want to, don't they listen, they don't want to take the time to really go through because you're bonding
Yep.
when you go through that. You're bonding, and they're like, no, 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 no. I want you to bond because you're still getting that mental, you're still getting that little serotonin.
Yep.
I'm still getting it. So, no, I want you to bond while I sit back and watch. And now they're looking at it like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I know what you want. Yeah, and I'm gonna pull a little bit more away from you every time. A
Yep.
little bit more away from you every time.
They make
And it makes it, and you start to thinking that it's so good, but what you're not realizing is it's not that it's so good, it's the fact that, hey, you've been on a diet for the last 30 days and you ain't ate nothing but crackers and you want some chicken. Okay, you used to have chicken and mac and cheese and some cornbread and everything else you wanted. Now you just eating crackers. And that's how a narc is going to do it. They're going to change that plate that you was eating. They're going to change that out.
yeah.
Now you on this strict regimen.
That's why they stay away from making love. That they don't
Exactly.
like at all. The male narc love it from the back. It's always this. It's never making love. It's always that. And
That's
if you
it. That's it. Because they don't even want to see you face to face.
no,
Don't because then you might want to kiss and see that kissing. Them when that tongue touch that other tongue, that's it. Somebody catching some feelings.
yep,
Hey, they not trying. No, 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 no. It's kissing all the time. No, they not. Listen, y'all. It starts out that way. It's not going to end that way. They're not. They're not going to want to do all that stuff. If you find that that's what they still like doing, they're doing it because they don't feel like they caught you yet. They don't have you in that headlock they want you in.
yeah. They
Yeah, they
love
want.
anal
They
too.
want the upper hand.
And the whole sex magic, that's like a way to capture a person's soul. Like they still
Yes.
they're puppets with a different puppet master. So if the demons need a covenant, they either gonna make a covenant through the act of sex, that's still a covenant, or through a marital contract. So
Mm,
once they have a
yeah.
covenant established, the enemy has complete access to your bloodline. He's not after just you. Like if he can get you caught up, he got you. That's a human. He after the bloodline. He know that
Mm-hmm.
stuff go about 3, 4, 5 generations deep according to the Bible. So he
Mm.
know he'll have your children, your children's children, your children's children's children. He'll have all their minds. So
The
that's
whole
one
thing.
act with a warlock narc or a witch narc can have your whole bloodline off track. And we got to be wise and think like that because that stuff, they got demonic help to make them that good in bed. That's why they
Okay.
always want to do some extracurricular perverted stuff
There you
because
go.
that's what serpents do. Serpents
There you
have
go.
to try to drink your life or do this with your life. They want that life force, but that's all. That's why that is like on one of the highest levels that you can have, giving birth and sex magic. So if he can't get them with the the babies, like get them as in the womb and take them out that way, he'll try to do it that way. And either way it go, he can put superpower demonic force strongholds into a human vessel to have his army. And that's the only thing that's happening. That's why it retracts. And a lot of men usually have ED because that you was dealing with their spirit spouse. You weren't really dealing with them when you was in the act. And that spirit spouse is not going to let them continue to enjoy themselves. They're tormented on at all times. The only time they get a break is if they can bring you down, especially if you got a call on your life by God. They get bonus points for that. So they got to bring you down. They give them a little bit of relief, but they have their own torments. Like they usually have ED problems if they're a male.
Well,
Like,
tell me
and
this.
the women usually have a lot of things going on to where it's not pleasurable for them.
And you know what? Let me
Tell
say
me
this.
this. Why would a guy want to? Give me 1 second, China. But why would a guy want to still initiate sex with a woman if he know he can't do it?
In the beginning, because they operating under a supernatural power, you are not dealing with that person. You're dealing with that demon inside of that person. They have a whole spirit spouse. That thing it's multi-snake. If anybody ever seen what they look like, you would never want to be with them. But it's multiple snakes, like multiple snakes and a human, and the multiple snakes can do some things that take pleasure through the roof, because that's what they are. They're over pleasure. They're not over love, but they know how to manipulate dopamine and all those sensations.
There you
That's
go.
how the enemy works.
There you
So
go.
when they can do all of that, those tricks and all of that stuff, usually they can go on and on for a long time in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
After that thing lift up, because that thing go dormant, and then you dealing with the real them. The real them can't really get it up. They usually too perverted. Like they usually, I mean, they might want trans. Like that's what my ex was into, trans. So they want something different than a woman, or they want themselves. Like he was cool with himself. So they not into the female. For them, it's a chore because the female reminds them of their mother, who they love hate. You know, they got this love hate relationship with their mother. And the female reminds them of that. So they do things to please them, but they really can't stand them.
And you know what?
I'm sitting here looking at Empathic Shaw's comment. She's talking, I used to, when I ready to cut him off, I bought them ugly PJs and then get the big what's the big bonnet on her head with the big slippers and the granny panties. He's like, nah, Joe, it's over with over here. What you saying, China?
I was going to say, that's what I was going to talk about. That's the point of the discard. We think it's because they want to be with a new supply, or because they really don't want us. I thought about like how my ex used to always call his mother or his grandmother and joke with them and pretend to cry. Oh, she left me, just to see what they would say. And his mother used to tease him when, I guess we get into it. She'd be like, aha, she left you, or something like that. So the point of the discard is to avoid the embarrassment, because the mother is expecting that. So they hop on to something else so the mother won't get to torment them for not being wanted. They want to show their mother that they're wanted. That's why they triangulate you with their mother. They triangulate you with the new supply. They triangulate the new supply with the mother. It's always you in a triangle. That mother is always included in that triangle, because that's the one that they want to prove you didn't want me, but I'm wanted.
That mother witch. That's the pot stirrer right there. The mother witch. Got to watch out for that mother witch.
Hey, China, and the other thing you got to look at too is, if he is joking like that with his mother, then his mother and them already done had that conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see how long this one gonna last. They already know. His mama already know, dude, ain't no woman putting up with you for long, bro. Look, parents know. Parents know their children. Parents know their children, and they know Man,
Mhm.
you ain't gonna keep that person around long because they know the other person's personality. And we walk into it, and the mama ain't gonna just say that, right? The mother ain't gonna just say that to you. Nah, they gonna say it in a different way, because the truth be told, when they talk to us, they really feeling like, how long are you actually going to stay with this fool?
Mhm.
Because they just poking and prodding to see if have you caught on to who and what you're dealing with yet.
Yep.
That's really what the mama and everybody looking at. Have you caught on to this yet? Because when you catch on, you're gonna be gone just like everybody before you.
Yep. And that's why if they feel like you about to leave, they gonna jump ship. If they don't have nobody lined up, they gonna beg you and make sure you stay till they able to jump ship.
So
Because
they able to have that other one lined up.
they
Yeah.
be damn, mama get that last laugh at them. Mama say, I told you so. Mama say, aha, I told you you ain't wanted, you ain't ish. And that's all they
Yeah,
trying to avoid.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
want this approval from their mother that they
Mm,
would never. The mother sabotages them. The
Yeah.
mother know when they have a good woman or a good man. The
there you
mama gonna
go.
sabotage it because
That's right.
she a narcissist. I
Come
mean,
on.
most times, whether they
Say it.
covert, overt, they be like, "Oh, nah, their mom was so sweet." Where's the dad? I mean, you always think that, but it's always a breakdown. What I've
Come on.
noticed in the patients, I always go to the family history.
Come
There's
on.
usually a breakdown with that
Come on.
nurture cord with the
Come on.
mothers when they got that personality. So
Hmm.
the mother is jealous,
Yeah.
becomes jealous of you, and
Yes.
then they start feeding poison into their son ear, like, oh well, da 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 da. And so they trying to please the mother. So once they feel the mother is not pleased, because the type of supply that's ideal is one that they all can feed on. You got to be able to feed the mama, the sisters, the everyone in the family. They got to be able to deplete your resources. Like
Oh,
whatever that may be. If they need you to watch the kids, do their dirt, do their, all of that stuff. Don't say nothing. Be the mediator, be the spokesperson. They
Hmm.
need to feed off of you. And if they feel like that son cannot secure you the way that they all need you, then they gonna talk him out of, having a stable relationship or marriage with you and try to link him up with somebody else.
Hmm.
And
oh,
but they're always in the center of it, and they'll sit there and be nice to you, like, oh, you should just leave him. Meanwhile, they talking to everybody that he brings to the house. And then
There
they're
you go.
telling him which one he should be with, because they all need to eat off of whatever that income or that source is going
Come
to
on.
be.
Come
yep.
on.
I
And
went
it's
through
and you
that.
know what? All of them are doing the same exact thing, that doing that bidding process. They like, well, no, no, no. She got this one, or this, or he got that, and we want to, and we want to be a part of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that they deal with, you're not just there for the narc. Their family want to eat off you too.
Yes.
Yeah, they just saying, hey, welcome to the party. We found one.
And they still
Yeah.
be talking
Hmm.
about you behind your back, because I used to have to go to Chicago and buy his family food because they didn't have food while he was in jail for violating his probation. None of them would go see him, but I had to go all
Right.
the way to Chicago to go see him in jail and feed his family. And how that came to a head was, I was on the phone with his mother and I asked her, you got a problem with me? And she thought the phone hung up, and she was talking to somebody in the background, said, did you hit his B? I'm like, what? So I'm trying to listen. Yeah. So
They do.
she hung up that phone, right? I called back.
Ooh,
Oh, hey. I said, no, I heard what you
man, oh
said.
man.
She was like, be this, be that, be. She just, the mask fell like he
Mm,
caught me.
Yeah.
Be this. I said,
there you
cut
go,
him off. I cut him off.
Mm-hmm.
man. Listen,
Yep.
everybody that has ever dealt with this, everybody that has ever dealt with a narcissist, just understand their family, their family was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Their family gonna try to get you to hang in there.
Yep.
You know, now they always gonna have one straggler, one outcast that don't nobody like that's gonna try to warn you.
That's me.
Oh, hell no. It wasn't none of them.
They
I
gonna have
mean,
somebody.
that's me. I'd
They
be like,
didn't,
do
well, they
not
didn't let
talk
that
to
person
them.
around you. They ain't
You
let
know
that
what?
person around you.
Yes, they did. You know who that was? His daddy. His
Yeah.
daddy.
So there you go. They gonna have one person that knows the truth and is willing to tell you that, hey, you know, this is XYZ, and you know, this person gonna dog you. They gonna dog you.
Yeah.
Because some people just feel like, some people really feel like, I don't want you to associate me with that thing right there when this don't work out.
Yep.
Don't think I'm one of them people that's behind your back laughing in your face, pretending like we cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because that's how most of the time, that's how they are.
And they know how these women and look, you know, after they done with him. Because every time I used to see his dad, he used to be surprised. He'd say, "You look well. You look young." Like he was expecting something to change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey.
He knew it was coming, but he was like shocked I lasted that long. It was towards the end when I let myself go. I was so depleted. I was tired. I was tired of fighting. I just couldn't fight no more. And like I got to the point where he used to, when I would hear him walking. I'm like, oh hell, he comes. So I just dropped my head like I'm depressed so he could leave me the hell alone. And he literally said to me one time, "You can have $1 million and still not be happy."
Man, I'm telling you, that's what most people don't believe about narcs. Most people don't believe, most people think because they are so into, you know, shallow stuff, that if they had that kind of money, they would be happy. Listen, you could give a narcissist $1 trillion. The one thing that they're never going to do, even for that money, is do right.
No.
They're never, listen, that the most painful thing on the planet to a narcissist is just doing right by people, being a good Samaritan, being a good person. That is just the language. They do not speak that language, and they're not going to slow it down for any of us. At the end of the day, for them, they're looking at it like, man, look here. This is who I am. This is what I represent. You knew me when you knew what I was about when you met me. That's the part right there that's going to really get you. You knew what I was about when you met me. No, I didn't. No, I did not know what you was about when I met you. And they want to sit right there in your face, and they will tell you like, yes, you did. You know, and if you didn't, too bad. They're the type that like to be able to tell you like, well, if you don't like it, then you know what you can do. I don't need you. They
Yeah.
want to betray you after they swore they were someone other than who this person has presented themselves as at this point.
Yeah, and they want you like to take the rap for them for stuff. Because I remember, and this is how you know they hate the law. Well, we in his car, he ran the stop sign. Him and the police came like this, and he cussing the police officer out with weed in the car. And so they like, okay, pull over. Pulled him over. He gave me the marijuana and told me to put it in the console. And I was trying. The police officer saw that, so they got us out the car, right? And they had him in the back seat the whole time. This fool trying to blame it on me. And they asked me, whose stuff is that? I said, no, that's his. I said, that's his. They took him to jail. I'm not going to jail for you. I got kids I got to get home to. You should just let the officer go. Now you're in trouble. I said, nope, that's his.
Man,
they will let you take the rap for a crime.
Yes, they will. I'm saying that because I've seen some people do some stuff like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, they will let you take that whole entire beef.
His car got impounded, and I had the money to get it out, but for some reason, I just couldn't do that. And then he called his mother and asked for some money, and she like told him to call his ex to get it. I said, what?
That's
And then, so I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. Then he come to me talking about, well, I know this old lady I used to mess with. She used to give me money. I can get it from her. I said, you know what? Get it from them. I ain't giving it to you. And I let his car and his
Man.
clothes and everything stand at impound.
they do that. The ex, he had the minister ex, his mother and the first baby mom, the daughter grown, they were like best friends. That stuff be awkward. They come there, like they have a dinner, they both come together, like laughing. They just been out shopping, and it's they do those type of things when you dealing with a narcissist and a narcosphere to make it as awkward as possible. And then next thing you know, somehow your money is paying for a dinner that involved the narc ex, the
Come on.
mom who you really don't know, all these other people, and it's just somehow out of your account. That's what you
Yeah.
get when you deal with them like that. So
Yeah.
it's really good to cut them off, because they have, if they had it their way, they would have a polygamy type of community where everybody is falling and getting hurt every day so they can
Mm.
laugh and have their humor, and they'll
Man.
just be messing with everybody and everything, even the pets, and they'll do all of that stuff. And to them, that would be their utopia, and they will have a miserable happiness. Like their
Oh,
happiness would be like some Joker type of laugh. That's them. That's what they want.
Ooh, boy,
That's
oh
a
boy.
ideal world,
Oh my
and just
goodness.
have a bunch of people in their whole environment and getting hurt every day. You got to fall, you got to bleed, you got to bust your knees, something, because they
Man.
gotta be able to laugh.
Wow, ladies, we in here. We done did overtime tonight. We done took it all the way around
We
Robin
talk
Hood
about the
Barn
crazy
tonight, boy.
government. They crazy.
The
We
cat
gotta
jumped
keep
over
on
the
talk about
moon.
this.
Man, oh man, hold up. Before we get out of here, can I shout out the most incredible chat on the planet? Can we shout out Danielle Gordon, mwah, and Taisha Ray? Mwah. Thank you so much for being sponsors of the show tonight. Listen here, y'all. We giving y'all the blood, sweat, and tears. Something real. At the end of the day, if we can't be real, then I don't know how much y'all gonna like that.
right.
It is what it is. It got to be real. It got to be authentic. It got to be able to hold. I need that to be able to hold my attention. You know what I'm saying? I fall asleep on stuff real easy. I watched. I was trying to watch that Tyler Perry movie everybody was talking about. Was so incredible. I made it through that first part, that first scene, and I fell asleep like 4 more times trying to watch that movie. Man, I still ain't been able to finish it. Now I watch it when I'm sleepy. Like, oh man, I can't sleep. Let me watch this movie again. It put me right out.
Good new one.
What y'all gonna leave them with tonight, ladies? Y'all have done an incredible job this evening, and Keisha, thank you. Because you did an incredible job of mediating here,
Yes.
because me and China Joe, yeah. Put your dukes up. Put them up, Slim. That's
It's
what
supposed to
it
be,
is.
because everybody feel a little bit of how each person, feel what they views, and that's good. That's how it should be, and people
Yes,
should be
indeed.
able to talk about it
Yes.
without being belittled or being,
There
argued
you
at or
go.
da 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 da.
There you go.
Because that's
That's how we
that's
can
like
have
the
that conversation.
narcosphere. People everybody have really good views and points.
For sure.
And that's what we got to remember. That's probably what I'm going to leave everybody with, is that we all have to remember that we are all in a healing place. We have to understand that we're healing. We all went through the same type of ordeal and trauma, dealing with these narcopathic demonic forces out here that really need to be on the island. If people can come together and try to write some type of laws to help them to get an island, or a GoFundMe to help them get an island, we can do that.
Or
But it will make America great again.
always do a
Let's do
firing squad.
Come on. Come on.
That's
Something.
Well, that's it. And everybody, just thank you all for comments and your opinions and sharing, and keep
yes.
coming back, because we really want you guys to be healed and whole and really understand how to start that process and keep the narcissist blocked. Each time you spend the time over here, hopefully you're not texting the narc or engaging with the narc, but it's helping your mind not to be idle and think about them. So that's all I'm going to leave with.
Come on.
Thank you guys for coming.
There you go. There you go. Give it to him, China. Give it to him, China. Hold up, y'all. China got something inspirational to say to us tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. She
For
give it to
all of us, we are in the birthing pains of something great coming. And as a woman, I know what the pain of giving birth brings. It produces something great. So enjoy this moment. Just know that in this pain, something great is coming.
I like that.
Yes.
That was
said.
Short and powerful. Goodness gracious. Go ahead. Go ahead, y'all. China is stepping it up. She done stepped it up on her TikTok account. She is posting again, for all of y'all looking for her. What about you, Keisha? Where can they see Keisha at when they want to see some more of all of this wisdom you dropping?
I'm gonna start posting probably this week. I haven't posted anything in a while, but it's Reconcile to Love. I only have the 3 minutes up right now. I'm just now starting to do content, but it will kind of overlap the medical and the medical, spiritual, and physical. It's gonna overlap all three. So not really doing the coach thing because I got, my tribe here at the house that I got to take care of and the clinic. So I will refer to coaches. So I would say, hey, Mario coaches, China coaches, like I will refer. You don't coach? Okay, well, Mario session.
Slow it down.
All you. It's all you.
Because listen, listen, I respect I absolutely respect all the coaches and the therapists out there because that's work. That's real work. When you sitting down doing sessions with people, that is real work. I don't do it like I used to do it anymore. I try to keep my schedule open so that because I'm just like, man, y'all don't even hear me talk about it really anymore because I really only keep going with the people that I've already been dealing with, because it's real work. It's real work. It's not we just gonna sit here and kick it for a few minutes. It's real work, and you really gotta point things out to help people. And the thing is it's repetition.
Yeah,
you gotta keep on until they get it. And that's why they're there with you. And it's taxing. It is taxing. It's real work, man. So shout out to everybody that does coaching. I would love to refer some people to some coaches out there. Yes, indeed.
Let me say this. I don't I don't do coaching, but I'm the one that make the narcs need coaching and therapy. Definitely over here.
Man,
what the hell did I just go through?
I'm gonna tell y'all what, man. For this evening, I first of all, I want to be able to say thank you to my co-host here this evening because it's a good feeling. It's an incredible feeling to be able to say some of the stuff that I say to women that actually can speak articulately, to women that have an opinion that's different than mine, in a lot of stuff. And we just be able to have a conversation that don't turn into nothing crazy, man.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all might think that's easy to do. I promise you, most people can't do that. Most people cannot have a transparent conversation, heart to heart, real feelings, real talk conversation without somebody catching some feelings and sticking to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People getting their feelings and stick to it. Nah, I don't appreciate you said blah, blah, blah. And it just turned into something else, man. And my thing is, I'm going to stand on my truth. I expect everybody, and I see y'all stand on y'all's. You know what I'm saying? I expect that. I don't expect people to just come in here and say what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's a boring conversation. That's you hear me saying it. We don't need two people saying the exact same thing. I love and I love to be able to watch the chat because we get to go through that same thing. Bella be in there. Bella, every time you say something about women, Bella be right there. What?
Yeah.
What about men? But I'm saying at the same time, she still show love, and it don't turn to nothing personal or crazy. Some people really turn crazy. And I'm just saying that we have a chat like that.
Yeah.
We have a chat like that, and it's a few people. Shar was feeling some type of way a little while ago. She was like, hold up, but what about when we got
you got China on? China be like, wait a minute, hold on. She do the eyebrow. She look, wait, let me read this more clear. Hold on. Let me
I ain't know
comment on
what
this.
was going on. Like, what happened?
When you get to calling me out my name, you gotta go, But you can sit there and have your opinion all day long. But when
there you go. So,
and we have to be like that to protect people because everyone here, is coming here for healing. So you have to be able to protect everybody.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. The biggest part of this to me is for us to be able to really have a free conversation, a conversation where you can say how you really feel, and hey, everybody might not agree with it, but ain't nobody gonna call you no names and you this and you all that, man. I gladly like to see those people just leave and stay gone.
For sure.
Straight up, because that you the type of person that it just means that I can't speak my mind. I can't be who I am.
Right.
And I don't like being around people like that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you can be who you are to me.
Let me trick on Harry real quick. Y'all don't know. When he had debates like this, he called me a couple of days before I tried to debate me and get on my nerve because he know my opinion is different than his.
There you go.
That's why he because he know I be charged like
Yes, indeed. I knew the other day when she said she was voting for Kamala. I said, uh-oh. We about to get it in now. We about to get it in now.
That's why I be looking at him like, come on.
Yeah, we're gonna get it in. But at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Having a space where you can really express yourself, be heard, say what you have to say, and ain't nobody looking at you sideways. Nobody in the chat. We know the regulars in here. Nobody in the chat saying nothing crazy. Oh my God, you crazy. You this, you the that, you a B, you a this. Like, whoa, because I have an opinion that's different.
Right.
That's like saying that I'm a B because I like asparagus and you don't. Like, really? I like asparagus, okay? It is what it is. So, again, for me to be able to start your weekend out like this,
yes,
to be able to start your weekend and to be in the company of good people, that is not easy. That's not easy. We're going through something right now. We're going through a change in this world. Okay, not just the planet, but the world, the mindset. We're going through a change. Guess what, y'all? We win.
Yeah.
Forget what you've been told. Forget what you heard. Forget what it looked like. It looked gloom and doom, and we not are we gonna make it and blah blah blah. We win simply because we know how to defeat the enemy. All you got to do is identify the enemy. Did I say the enemy? Once we get to that place, when we get to identify the enemy, then that's it. You win. All you have to do, dang,
Okay, but deal.
It's late.
It's late.
You're tired right now.
We're tired.
I'm about to start talking like buckwheat. Okay, that's enough for me. Like, oh my goodness, I can't even get this out. What is going on with me?
Sleepy.
It's my bedtime. I'm gonna give me some milk.
Wrap it up. I'm on the East
Warm milk
Coast.
to go to bed.
I'm gonna give me some warm milk and some cookies, and I'm going to bed. Yeah. Oh, like I said, y'all, man, it was a absolute wonderful experience. I wouldn't have shared it with nobody else in here. Yes, indeed, y'all. So I'm gonna leave you just like I came in here with nothing but love, peace, and soul train. Don't y'all like the Don Cornelius version of Soul Train that I give y'all? Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Good night.